becoming, that's what Jupiter is. And Jupiter is in Sagittarius. Jupiter is safe in Sagittarius. So it means that you expanding, you are safe to expand when you travel. And it's self-explanatory. Adventuring and traveling will help you expand the best. You can be a village girl somewhere who is a 10 over 10. But because you've never gotten out of your village, you will never know that you are a 10 out of 10. You will be behaving in the village there, marrying some idiot there, because you've never traveled. But the moment you travel, you'll never settle. So, Sagittarius is what leads to expansion, and that's why Jupiter is safe in Sagittarius. Now, if your Jupiter is in Sagittarius, trust how you expand. Trust how you research. Remember, when the planets are aligned, any planet that is aligned, it means your ancestors were experts there. You should not even be listening to anybody. If your sun is in Leo, your ancestors were experts there. If your moon is in Cancer, your ancestors were experts there. If your Mercury is either in Gemini or Virgo, your ancestors were experts there. If your Jupiter is in Sagittarius, it means your ancestors were experts there. But then if your Jupiter is in Pisces, then it means that your ancestors not expanding was stopped by them not believing in themselves. And so you need to believe in yourself if you want to expand. You will never expand if you don't believe in yourself. And then we have Venus there. Venus is safe in Taurus and Libra. Venus is safe in Taurus and Libra. Love is safe in money, in wealth, in support. And love is safe in fertility, in manifestation, in balance, in ability to be abundant. If you're not capable of being abundant as a woman, forget love. If you're not capable of being wealthy as a man, forget love. And being abundant as a woman is nyash. Your nyash, your hips, they represent your ease of manifestation. The way a child passes through a woman who has big hips, it's with ease. A child struggles to pass through the vagina of a woman with small hips. And that is what love is all about. Love is safe when a woman has big hips. That is what Venus being safe in Libra means in African language. In African language, when I tell you Venus is safe in Libra, I'm just telling you love for a woman is safe when she has nyash. And that one I've been talking to you about throughout, and I'll never stop talking about it. And also Venus is also safe in Taurus. Taurus is asar, wealth, money, support. So look at where Venus is safe. For a man, Venus is safe in that, money, support. Taurus. For a woman, Venus is safe over there in Libra. Or both. And then where Saturn was when you were born determines how you would rest. Saturn is safe in Capricorn. You rest when you're useful to yourself and the world. When you're useful to yourself, you rest. When you misuse yourself, you don't rest. And so Saturn being safe in Capricorn means that you being useful to yourself will make you rest. It will make you very restful person. You misusing yourself will make you very tired and fatigued. So now where your Saturn is, for example, if your Saturn is in Aries, then it means that you only rest when you're authentic. My dear, if you are inauthentic, you will never rest. Anytime you are inauthentic, fatigue. No time to rest. If your Saturn is in Aries. If your Saturn is in Pisces, doubting Thomas. If you doubt yourself, you will never rest. You will be poor for the rest of your life. And remember, Saturn is the bull of the sky, the wealth. Capricorn brings money. You utilizing yourself should be bringing earnings. So now if you misuse yourself, no money. People who have no money, no rest. No money, no rest. You will be used like a slave. So if your Saturn is in Aquarius, you being ignorant to yourself, you not knowing yourself, poverty, you will never rest. Saturn in Virgo, you not analyzing, you doing evil and taking evil. Virgo is do not evil and take no evil. If your Saturn is in Virgo, you doing evil and taking evil, you'll never rest. Now let me continue. When Where Uranus was when you're born determines how you quantum jump. A lot of people always want to skip to this and this. People always want to skip to Uranus and Neptune. Everybody wants to quantum jump. Everybody wants to quantum jump. Now, where does Uranus come from? Uranus is an higher octave. Listen to me. Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. Uranus is a higher octave. You cannot reach Uranus without passing through Mercury. You will never quantum jump. If your communication sucks, if you don't communicate properly, in a way that is channeled, if you don't think for yourself, if you do evil and accept evil, you will never quantum jump. If you want to quantum jump, do no evil, accept no evil, and then think for yourself. Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. Without Mercury, there is no Uranus. Same way, Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. A lot of people want to reach their final avatar. This is what people are doing. When you see people going for surgery, having BBLs, people having everything to make their avatar reach the final form. This is what they are trying to reach. Now, they don't know that you can never reach Neptune without passing through Venus. Neptune is a higher octave of Venus. If you don't love yourself, forget about Neptune. If you don't support yourself, that Taurus energy, forget about Neptune. If you don't have that Nyash energy, that Sobek energy, that Libra energy, forget about Neptune. Neptune is only a higher octave. Uranus is only a higher octave. These are only higher octaves. What do I mean by higher octave? It's like Mercury is soprano, and then Uranus is bass. It's like Venus is alto, and then Neptune is the bass. Like a higher octave. Like if you do a lot of Venus, you end up at Mercury. If you do a lot of Venus, you end up at Neptune. If you do a lot of Mercury, you end up at Uranus. So never dream about quantum jumping before thinking for yourself. And Virgo energy, do no evil and take no evil. And then never think about your final avatar without Taurus energy. Support yourself. And Libra energy, balance yourself. And then finally, Pluto is a higher octave of Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. When you take action long enough, you expand long enough, you rest long enough, you are going to end up with an entirely new species. You take action long enough, you expand long enough, you are going to end up as a new species. Now Africans are fought to prevent this from happening. Like the Europeans wanted us to wait for them. No African was allowed to get here because Africans are action takers. Africans will take actions to the right direction long enough. If Africans take action expand to the right direction long enough, if Africans rest long enough, then we get back into the Heru, Aset, Asar energies. They have ancient African deities that had different, they were literally different species. For example, Sobek. Sobek is a totally different species. It's a crocodile head and a human body. And there were many. Asar is a cow head and a human body. And you've seen such kind of things. But Pluto is currently disappearing. Now remember, we are the ones that empower this planet. So listen, if we don't have a lot of people living in Pluto, like tapping into the Pluto energy, it disappears. On this particular planet where energy grows. On this particular planet where energy grows. So if we have a lot of human beings that are not reaching 248 years and they are not transforming into newer species, the planet shrink. If we have a lot of human beings who are reaching those levels, the planet it swells. So Pluto is currently shrinking. Might be fall if we reach a point where not so many human beings are reaching their final avatar, Neptune will start shrinking as well. If we reach a point where not so many human beings are reaching a are quantum jumping, Neptune will shrink as well. If we reach a point where not so many human beings are resting, Saturn will start to lose its rings and shrink as well. So no, if we don't empower them, where energy goes grows. If we don't empower the planets, they shrink. It is our action that is shrinking the planets, that is shrinking Pluto. And you can already tell why Pluto is shrinking here, right? Guys, you can already tell why Pluto is shrinking. Can't you tell? Yeah, when you see Saturn is already losing, a lot of people are not resting anymore. Resting is no longer there. Remember, resting comes from a lot of people accumulating a lot of wealth. If you have a lot of wealth, you can rest as much as you want. That is why Saturn in ancient Africa was called as the bull of the sky. And just going to the names, African names of these planets. Let me go back. So, when you read the African philosophy, you realize that ancient Africans had already specialized on the first 5 planets. When you remove the sun and the moon, Africans had already specialized on now the 5 planets after the sun and the moon, and then now the 3 planets, the Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus, were now being investigated. By the time white people were being around and Asians were being around, now they joined into the investigations of the last planet. But the first planets, Africans had already figured them out already. So the sun, the moon, those we know them in Africa now. When it comes to Mars, the 5 planets that I'm talking about is Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn. Those are 5 planets, and Africans had already given them names. So remember, the last 3 planets are just higher octaves. So their names are just higher octaves of these particular names that I'm going to read to you about. Now, Mars is Heru the Red One. For those who are interested in noting it down, Mars is Heru the Red One. Heru the blood. Heru, they are moving. Blood is always moving. Blood has a job of circulation. It delivers nutrients and oxygen to all parts of the body. Now, that is what Mars is all about. And Mars is in charge every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Heru, the Red One, is in action. That's how Africans used to call Mars, Heru, the Red One. Why? Because it is like the blood. Mars is like blood. What does the blood do? Blood is like the circulatory system. What does the circulatory system do? Transport oxygen from the lungs and nutrients from the stomach to all parts of the body. It's like the blood is a delivery system, and that is what Mars is all about. Whenever you take action, you're like transporting love to yourself. Whenever you take action, is like you are loving yourself and also bringing positive energy into your life. So that is what Heru the Red One is all about. Now, after Heru the Red One, we have Mercury. Mercury here is called still Heru, but the baboon and the ibis. Now let me explain why Mercury is called Heru, the baboon and the ibis. Now baboon is the closest relative to the humans. We almost look the same. We come from the same ancestor, meaning we have a common origin. Now baboons, unlike monkeys, baboons are representations of thoughts that become reality. Thoughts that become reality. And before I even talk to you about baboons, look at that entire family of baboon, orangutan, bonobo, monkeys. Just look at them all. What are they? They are hands in nature. They're just hands. They have both their legs and their hands are hands. Meaning, what do they have? They have heka energy. They're just heka energy in nature. So baboon represents human imagination. When you are communicating, communication comes from your imagination. And then the ibis. Ibis represents the ability to self-utilize. So your imagination plus your ability to utilize yourself is literally your communication system. Some people are going to get lost because you don't know African mythology when it comes to African totems. When I say the ibis and the baboon, you might get lost. But the easiest analogy that will help you comprehend the mythology of the ibis and the baboon is the Lion King. Inside the Lion King, I think everybody has watched it. It's very famous and popular in our timeline. There is two characters. One is called is it Zazu, the thing that flies up, and then the other one is called Rafiki. Rafiki and Zazu have a very big relationship inside the Lion King. The Lion King is just a story of love. You know, the lion is Leo energy, love. So now the ibis flies up there and hails the lions to utilize themselves properly by looking around and giving the aerial view. While the baboon, Rafiki, is down here showing them the way. So your thoughts, Rafiki is your thoughts, your imagination. And then the ibis is your ability to utilize yourself. That is what gives you the aerial view. So a combination of Rafiki and is it Zazu? I don't know whether I'm saying it correctly. That bird inside the Lion King. A combination of these two is what now gives them that Mercury energy. And let me just show you the ibis in ancient Africa so that you know why it is important. Give me a minute. So this is, I'm sure you've seen this. You've seen, in ancient Africa, you've seen this particular bird on a lot of deities. A lot of deities have this particular bird on their forehead, the ibis. This bird is on the forehead like that because it represents your ability to utilize yourself. Guys, listen. It represents your ability to utilize yourself from intuition. Listening to the infinite guidance and then utilizing yourself. Again, just still on this particular bird, I want to bring you into another thing. This bird, it is always making noise. But a lot of people don't know why this bird is always making noise in your background. So today I want to let you know, whenever you hear this bird making noise in your background, it is telling you, be useful to yourself. Be useful to yourself. Be useful to yourself. And this is the sound of that bird. Let me play you the sound. This bird is very important in Africa, among African deities. So let me just find the sound of the ibis so that you know how it sounds. And also, it is very familiar. You know it, but probably you don't know it, but you know it. So let me introduce it to you. This is this bird. Okay, let's see if it does that. If it makes a sound. Can you hear that sound? Can you hear that sound? Okay, can you hear this sound? Every time. Can you hear that sound? Yes, do you copy that is exactly. This bird does not just follow any bird. You see that bird? Exactly. Hear it again. But so now you know that sound. Because I want to teach you about this sound. So that sound is not just a coincidence, my friend. Every time you hear that sound, stop and watch what you're doing. Every time you hear that particular sound, stop and watch what you're doing if you're not yet familiar with it. Because people who are already familiar with that sound, like myself, this sound always comes when you're conflicted about being useful to yourself. Now, what is an example? A very minute example would be like this. seated here and I need the remote. Okay, I need the remote. And me starting to get the remote for myself is going to make me exercise a little bit. But because I'm lazy, I'm now calling my child, hey, Vera, come here and get me the remote. Disturbing that child, misusing that child when I can just utilize myself and get the remote for myself. This is just an example. I get the remote for myself. So now that minute before I call Vero to ask Vero to bring me the remote, just before I call her, you hear the EB saying that sound. Then you know the EB is just a little bit. Just stand the fuck up and do that shit. You need to lose the weight. Just stand the fuck up and do that shit. You need to master the technique. Just stand up and do that fucking shit. You need to stop it. That is what I hope, that example is what I've come up with, but I hope that it explains it to you. Every time you hear the sound of this particular bird, it is telling you that direction you are moving is going to lead you astray. Change direction. Just the same way Zazu, inside the Lion King, kept telling, move, I don't know their names properly, guys. I keep confusing. Kept telling that main character Lion that you are being followed. Your enemies are close by. Your enemies are here. So this ibis is the one that tells you that. It tells you that, hey, there's a girl who is competing with you outside there. And they're wishing for you to be fat. So, please, stand up and get that remote for yourself. Because if you keep sending yourself, you're going to lose that weight. That might be a harsh example for some, I don't care. That is an example that I'm giving. This ibis is always telling you the direction to move so that your enemy doesn't catch up with you. Now we go back. In ancient Africa, Mercury was referred to as Ibis and the baboon. The combination of Ibis and the baboon. The baboon is imagination. Now, let me show you again what the baboon looks like. Now, I want you to know, today we're just moving slowly by slowly in this particular classes because I want you to comprehend it deeply. Okay. So let's look at the baboon and monkeys. Let me just see pictures of baboon, pictures of monkey first of all. I've explained to you the ibis. You comprehend, right? Pay attention to that sound every time until you align with it. When you align with it, you'll just be moving. Every time you hear the ibis, you just know. It will be like the ibis is reminding you, let's go this way, let's go this way, let's go this way, let's go this way. And these ibis, they don't stay around people, they all know it, all staying around. There are certain people who they've never had the sound of an ibis. If you are hearing the sound of an ibis and you know the sound of an ibis has been following you for the rest of your life, don't think that that is normal that everybody hears the sound of the ibis. Royalties are the ones who hear the sound of the ibis. Royalties who need to be very useful to themselves until they get to their destination are the ones who hear the sound of the ibis. Royalties who need help getting to the destinations where they are going are the ones who get help from the ibis. So if you hear the ibis, don't think that everybody just hears it. Don't take it for granted. Now let me go pictures of monkey so that I explain to you also the monkey totem problem. So when you look at monkeys, like for example, look at this picture of this particular monkeys. This is Bono. So I don't know whether I'll be able to do these images. Yeah. So look at this monkey here. A monkey is just those tiny thoughts, the thoughts that never become reality. There are thoughts that become reality, and then there are thoughts that never become reality. Monkeys and those that look like this, you'll see the difference. You'll see that there's a spiritual difference. So when I say those that look like this, they look timid, docile, timid, docile. Those are thoughts that never come to reality. They never become. It's almost like human beings that never make it to be 23, you're still living with your mom. You have no way, you don't even know how you're going to move out. That is a monkey. That was a monkey. It never became reality. So that thought never became reality. Monkey! Now let's look at the difference between monkey and the baboon. And there are many men. The monkeys, they come in a lot of varieties. There are certain monkeys that even have no potential of becoming reality that we still don't. And then we have now the pictures of the baboon. I want you to see what thoughts that become reality so that you stop walking around somewhere and think that your mother or your father is going to make life easy for you. If your thoughts don't look like the pictures I'm about to show you, know that you are outside of stop manifesting. You are going nowhere. The thoughts that become reality now look. Graffiti here. Very wide, you know. Even how to make her, you know. Just look at the energy difference. This one looks like it even knows itself. I don't know whether you're seeing what I'm seeing. I don't know whether you know how to read our. Let's see the bonobos as well. And remember these animals, they also come with location, very specific location. These animals, they also come with very, very, very specific location. But the location, there are certain places where you don't find these animals. Those places don't have those totems. The totems that come reality, the ones that almost, you know, you look at the big apes and the small apes. The wise apes, the big apes, the small apes, all different types of thoughts. So now, Mercury. I'm just branching off like that, guys, just to show you guys whatever I'm talking about. So now Mercury, the one that determines how you communicate, and it's how you communicate that determines what you become. You cannot communicate properly, you cannot become anything. It's almost like how you answer questions determine how you pass the exam. That is what communication is all about. If you cannot answer questions correctly, then you will never pass any exam. Yeah, and then as we were on the African names, Jupiter is called Heru, the link between two lands. Now, here I'm saying Jupiter determines what you become. When you're born, again, I don't know whether I should again branch off and go show you. Yes, I think I should. I have time. So now let me get here and show something like a picture from, you know, time lapse of school. Let's say time lapse of school. This should give me the image I'm looking for. It is not a real. Yeah, this is the image I was looking for. So now, what is Jupiter is called Heru, the link between two lands. Why? When you look at this particular image, and let me stand a little. When you're born, this is a land. This is where you are when you're born. What you become, that's another land. So Jupiter is the one that links this land and this land. So Jupiter in ancient Africa was called Heru, the link between two lands. But when you are a child here, there are certain versions of you that maybe is here, that maybe is here, that come back to inspire you to become. So let's say maybe this is a doctor, but this is not a doctor. So this child, for this child to become a doctor, this doctor will need to bring this child inspiration of doctorship, so that this child can start saying, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. To be inspired to become a doctor. That inspiration that links this child and has a future self that is a doctor, or his future self that is a doctor. That is the link, Jupiter. Jupiter is the one that links those two lines. So Jupiter is your ability to expand. That is the reason why this child will have to look around. What can I become? Doctor, teacher is there, nurse is there, engineer, entrepreneur is there. Just the ability of this particular child to adventure and research and look for different options until they reach the doctor. It means that there is a future version of themselves that is a doctor that is calling them. Now there can be a future version of themselves that is a doctor, that is a drunkard, that is dead. All of them, they are calling the child. So the child walks towards the doctor. The child can decide to walk towards the doctor if the child works with Jupiter. If the child works with Jupiter, the child will walk towards the doctor. If the child works with opposite of Jupiter, which is Perseus, Zeus, then the child will move towards death, towards the dead version, or towards a drunkard version, or towards an addict version. All those versions are present in the future. But the one the child taps into the most is the one that becomes the child. So the link between those particular two lands is what Jupiter is all about. And that's what I wanted to explain. Comprehensible? I hope self-explanatory. I hope that is particularly self-explanatory. That is why Jupiter in ancient Africa was called Heru, the link between two lands. And then Venus is Heru, the phoenix. The phoenix, remember Venus, the higher octave of Venus is Neptune. For you to come from something that doesn't love themselves. When you don't love yourself, the automatic default setting of that is ugliness. And when you start loving yourself, the automatic default of that is glow up. So now Venus, that glow up can make you look even ethereal. So Venus is called the phoenix. Remember, I think it's self-explanatory. Your ability to love yourself will make you rise like a phoenix into that particular Neptune energy. And then we have Saturn. Saturn was called Heru, the bull of the sky. The bull. Bull is wealth. Heru, the wealth of the sky. Why? Because Saturn is the one that rests, help you restrict over expansion, for you to rest. Without money, you cannot rest. How can you rest when rent is waiting next month? How can you rest when bills are looking at you? Without the bull of the sky, you cannot rest. And how do you accumulate that particular, all those wealth? By you utilizing yourself. And that's why Saturn is safe in Capricorn. If you want to accumulate the bull of the sky, you have to be useful. Jitume. You have to be useful to yourself. Ukisipojituma, hakuna bull of the sky. Utakuwa busy every year. Every year you are busy. Every year you are busy. You have to work. Bills are there. And currently, as one of you said, Saturn is losing its rings. So why is Saturn losing its ring? Because a lot of human beings are not resting. Bills are too much on earth. let you know, a lot of the majority of the planet are not resting anymore. And I hope that we will shift that, we will have a U-turn when it comes to that. And then now, as I told you, Uranus is just a higher octave of Mercury. Mercury is the baboon and the ibis. You being useful to yourself over there, and you using your imagination. Doing no evil, accepting no evil, and using your imagination will help you to quantum jump eventually. And then Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. Up to that point, and then Pluto is the higher octave of what? Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter. So guys, up to that point, are you with me? People who are new, are you getting anything? The people who are new to this class, are you getting anything? Kindly, you can subscribe if you're getting, and know that these are the things that you learn about. So as you've been sent there, kindly, you can subscribe. If you're not able to subscribe, follow if you don't already follow the host. Follow the host. Kindly subscribe to these particular classes. If you can't subscribe, kindly do something, follow the host, and then turn on the notification bell as I wait for questions. Anyone who has questions before we continue, this class is going to last a while today. So somebody's saying, how can you use it? By not misusing yourself. Remember, your ability to utilize yourself is the endocrine system, the hormonal system. So be useful to yourself. What is your hormones requiring you to do? What are your hormonal systems requiring you to do? Which direction is your hormonal system sending you to follow? Being misusing yourself is like allowing people pleasing. Let me not even try too much. People pleasing is the easiest way to misuse yourself. And also just misuse it, like not knowing your value. You know, like for example, being the wife of a president and then going to bed at a Mutumba place to picking Mutumba with civilians, and you are the wife of the president. You are misusing yourself, my dear. Or maybe you are a high priestess, but you dress like some Vatican piece of shit. You know, that's you misusing yourself. There's not knowing who you are, what you are about, where you are about, and just being available for anything. That is you misusing yourself. Some people, your body does not even allow you to be in environments that are ugly. Some people, your body does not even allow you to be in places where when you look behind, it's ugly everything. When you are there, your body starts fighting you, misusing yourself. If you just, you doing what staying on your lane. Staying on your lane and knowing that, okay, I need to show up to pay my bills, I need to show up for my things to be, for my house to look the way I want it to look, I need to show up to make my life easy, full stop. You go sleeping hungry. You have a job, but you are paying school fees to an international school for your siblings because you want to seem cool, misusing yourself. There's a lot, infinite ways. And you know the way I might be doing, like for example, I might be somebody who I'm doing something and me doing it, I'm not misusing myself. But when you do it, you are misusing yourself. For example, let's say something like OnlyFans. It's not everybody that can be on OnlyFans, let's just be honest. It's not anybody that can be there. So just because somebody's there and then now you want to go be there because somebody's there and you don't even know what it takes, misusing yourself. So you see the way it is not and white. You being useful to yourself or you misusing it, it's you. Decide for yourself. What are my boundaries? Don't jump too far for your spirit guides to rescue you. Know the limit of your spirit guides. Just know that, oh, my spirit guides, you knowing that the job requires engineers. And you studied fashion design. And you are applying for that job. And you are applying for that job so much that you are fasting for your guardian angels to help you. You are jumping too far than your angels cannot save you. Don't jump too far for your guardian angels. Don't jump too far for your guardian angels. Because now you'll be misusing your guardian angels. And a lot of Christians are taught to misuse their guardian angels. Somebody knows very well they did not set foot inside the engineering school. They know nothing about architecture and they're applying to become an architect. They've sent their CV. And then when they don't get the job, they start crying, God is not real. God is not there. You are jumping too far, my dear. Even me, if I'm your guardian angel, I'll tell you, I see it. Because guess what? You have to be useful to yourself in order for you to accumulate the bull of the sky. So you cannot just wishful thinking your way into the bull of the sky. Now guys, kindly, I hope that you guys are even following the host. It's not even showing me. Ama, you guys are not, you're not finding the class worth following the host for? I confess, yeah. And the beauty of confessing, eat some goat meat and you'll be fine, and then you continue. Now, you promise to never be misuse yourself again. That's what forgiveness is all about. Forgiveness is promising yourself that you'll never put yourself in situations that you put yourself before that were detrimental to you. Somebody saying is volunteering meaning misuse. It depends, my dear. Somebody like me, I volunteer when to do midwife work. Because I did not study for midwifery. So I have to be, whenever a woman is giving birth, I have to be there. I have to practice for free and use my skills and knowledge also to help for free. Because I want the knowledge, because I know that it is going to help me long term. So it depends, everything depends, my dear. It's not everywhere that you volunteer. Why are you volunteering? What is your end goal? What is your end goal? Somebody, Naima is asking how to come back. From what, my dear? From what? From what? If you're gaining skills, okay. Yeah, always just ensure you are either earning or learning or supporting someone. Are you learning? Are you there to learn? Are you there to earn? Or are you there to support? Please don't go if you are there to take these pictures to brag. You're wasting your time. Don't go if your only end goal is to make someone jealous. Don't go if your only end goal is illusion, to pretend, to fake. You're wasting your time. Only utilize yourself towards things that at the end of the day, it is helping me dodge my enemies. It is helping me, live my life the way I want to live. It is helping me, the village people. Africans, about the village people. All Africans, we have village people. So, you being useful to yourself most of the time, just to help you be better than where you come from as you move. So let me continue. Yeah, let me continue with the class. I think I have not rested enough. Yeah, from feeling like you have got off your path, how do you... Just wait, I'm going to be teaching that. Come to the classes that I'll be teaching. I'm going to be teaching. That is a topic for the next class, which is on 3rd, about destiny swapping and how to recover. So I'm going to be teaching about that. How to better communicate to lift jump. So guess what? Mercury is in Gemini. It's safe in Gemini. So just you thinking for yourself. Just know that if you never think for, and we don't have thinkers, that particular space is empty, it's void in our timeline. We live in a timeline where, when there are two candidates, let's say Donald Trump and William Ruto are the two candidates we need to vote for. Some people, they'll never stop to think for themselves that, hey, let me look at this Donald Trump, let me just look at this William Ruto for myself and see what myself will tell me about to make which decision. Then they will not look, they will go to their favorite influencer or somebody they admire or somebody they are people pleasing. And then they will listen, which side is that person choosing? And then after they listen to which the side that person choosing, now they blindly, they're like sheep. Trump, 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 Trump. You cannot convince them otherwise. They don't think for themselves. And remember, every Mercury retrogrades are very famous because during Mercury retrograde, you get tested. Are you thinking for yourself or you are a sheep? So every Mercury retrograde is an examination to test. Are you thinking for yourself or you're a sheep? If you're a sheep, no quantum jumping for you ever. Forget quantum jump if you're not an original thinker. Forget. You'll never quantum jump if you're not an original thinker. And we live in a timeline where follow the leader, follow the leader, follow the leader. Everybody's following. So much that some people have idolized certain people. But anyway, I will not judge you if you listen to other people, because I listen to some people sometimes. But who are you listening to? Art is a classroom. Make sure that the people you are following blindly are A students. Don't carry yourself, you go follow a D student blindly on this planet. And sometimes D students have millions of followers and A students have 200 followers. Careful, very careful with the type of people that you follow. Because when you follow a thought process of someone and they fail, the teacher will not care. You will not go telling the teacher that, oh, that wasn't my answer. That wasn't my answer. If you copied a D student and then you fail, you will not go telling the teacher that that was the D student's answer, not mine. Both of you failed. So always just ensure that on this particular planet, if you're going to copy the A student. If you're going to copy somebody's thought processes, if you're going to have certain people who have thought processes that are passing examination, because the truth is, the people you surround yourself with can help you pass exams. It was the truth in school and it's still the truth in life. In school, if you formed formation and you sat a certain way in class, you would pass. Even if you are a D student, you could get an A just because you are seated next to an A student. It's the same in life. If you are an A student, you surround yourself with D, and then you are a doubting Thomas. You'll end up with a D as well. If you're a D student, you surround yourself with A. You'll end up with an A as well, and the end justifies the means. Nobody cares. The end justifies the means. You will not be explaining to people that, you know, this is the reason I failed in life. I was listening to Dottie, who was misleading me in making decisions that are not good. Nobody will. And generations are constantly growing to replace. Right now we have millennials. Right now we are Gen Z, then Alpha, then Beta. You will be replaced immediately. Remember, if you fail in your mission, there is a replacement. The universe is very organized. The universe leaves nothing to chance. If you fail to reach your millennium, there is somebody behind you reaching it. Who's going to reach it? It's not like that if you fail to reach now, the client will be like, oh, Lavender did not manage. Now we have to start. No. There is Lavender 1, Lavender 2, Lavender 3, Lavender 10, Lavender 1000. If Lavender 1 fails, Lavender 2 immediately replace. So you better treat this particular thing with the seriousness it deserves. Because nobody will beg you anyway, Pia, to show up. Nobody cares whether you reach your millennial or not. It's your business. If you fail to reach, and maybe you are in Kenya, and it was your destiny to reach that millennial, and then you fail. There's somebody in China who has already been equipped 1 second after you. You are 1 second ahead. That person is 1 second after you. You fail, replacement immediately, guys. Immediately. Don't even joke about that. This is what I'm always saying. Like, for example, let's say me right now, I'm teaching you with a projector right now. There was a thought that came to me and told me, by the way, Senior Kano, get a projector and start teaching people with that. It will make your classes easy. If I would have ignored that particular thought and said, let me just continue teaching the way I teach. Remember, expansion is a must. You cannot continue the same for the rest of your life. You're going to be stale and you'll be a desert and you'll die. So you always have to expand from where you were. So if I wouldn't have chosen to expand, it would have just taken like maybe 3 months and I'm seeing somebody else with a projector teaching people the exact same way that I'm teaching you right now. And then when I see them, the first thing that will come to me is resentment. Because I was told. I know my ancestors, my thoughts told me to take that action. But I did not take it. I doubted it. I was scared. I did not have enough urges to push through. Somebody talked me out of it. And then 3 months later, you see somebody else doing it. You will feel like dying. And then you see them doing it and succeeding in the way that you thought you would. You will want to die. So this is why I'm always telling you, the universe is not there to beg you. You refuse, somebody else is going to be given the exact. In fact, that person will teach exactly the same way I'm teaching with the information that I'm teaching with. And then I lose everything. That's how the universe works. Nothing is permanent here. You joke around, you're snatched. You joke around, you don't follow instructions. Snatched away from you. Now, 1 year down the line, I will even be starting to think that, hey, was that really me who was teaching like that? Where did that information go? Why did everything? Why did I lose everything? Why? Because you are not following the expansion routine. You are not following the expansion routine. And then you're hating people for no reason. You start hating people. For example, when we were starting, sure, a lot of people were coerced by their ancestors. Create an account. Look at Surinyar Kano is starting with 200 followers. Create an account, start with her. You did not. And then next time you see me with 50,000 followers, you start feeling terrible. Next time you see me with 1 million followers, you start feeling terrible. Next time you see me quantum jumping and conquering the world, you start feeling terrible, saying, oh, I remember that when I was being told to start with her, but I did not. And then guess what? Regret is always the salary you get for ignoring your ancestors. And then that regret brings you delay. I don't even want you to be in that situation, guys. Listen to me and stop. Because these particular situations will have you hating everything in life. And that is not a good place to be. We get to the second part of this particular line. This is the second part. We have how many parts? Like 4 parts. So this is the second part. So let's continue. With that first part, I've not gotten any subscriber. And where is my subscription button? Today I'm not seeing that subscription button. Guys, can you see my subscription button? Am I live or in public or in private? Yeah, because dakane kumulogina. Amera dakane kumulogina. Hey, why is it not there? Or maybe today the ancestors just want me to just teach for this. Where is my subscription button, Jaman? Watu waguze hapa. Oh, let's not share. Kwani leo ni nini? And I will not even stress about it, but let it, maybe, you know, let's go the way it is. Let's go the way it is. If the subscription button is not there, I hope it will be there tomorrow. So, where is the solar system today? Let me go back. I've just taught you that where the sun was when you were born determines how the world sees you. So now, there is a place where the sun is today. Which means there's a way in which the collective consciousness is seeing the world today. The same way there's a place where the moon is today. There's a way in which the collective consciousness is feeling today. There's a place where Mars is. So I'm going to be telling you these things so that you start getting to the rhythm immediately. There's a place where Mercury is today. So there's a way in which you should be communicating. There's a place where the collective consciousness Jupiter is today. So there's a way in which you should be expanding. There's a place where Venus is today, a way you should be loving. In this period, there's a place where Saturn is, and Uranus, and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you next. So the collective sun is currently in Virgo. Okay? The collective sun is currently in Virgo. What does the sun do? The sun is there to help you see. So now the collective consciousness is currently seeing, is currently analyzing, is currently seeing through the lenses of do no evil, accept no evil. The collective consciousness is currently seeing reality through the lenses of do no evil and accept no evil. Now, the collective moon is currently in Sagittarius, so your emotions should be exploring currently. Your emotions should be exploring currently. Jackie Adams, the collective sun is currently in Virgo. To me, like for example, somebody like me as an Aquarius, I know that the collective consciousness is currently in Virgo. To mean that I should be making sure that the version of me that I know, the self that I know, is doing no evil and accepting no evil. As a Pisces, you should make sure that the version of you that you believe in, should be doing no evil and accepting no evil. For example, if you are Hitler, for example, and you are alive right now. Let me not even talk about Hitler. Hitler is a good guy. You are Leopold of Belgium, and you are alive right now. And the collective sun is in Virgo. And maybe you as Leopold, you are a Leo. So Leopold, you should be asking yourself, is that version that you love, is it doing evil or accepting evil? And as Leopold, it is doing evil. That version of yourself that you love, it is doing evil. So if you are Leopold, you should stop. I hope you're getting the language I'm talking about. Whatever sign you are in, currently the collective consciousness is in Virgo. So whoever you are, whatever you see yourself as, you should ask yourself, am I doing evil or accepting evil? The collective moon is in Sagittarius. So your feelings right now should be very adventurous. Should be adventuring. Should be trying to feel new things. If you've never, like for example, I'll just give you examples, guys. If it is offensive, I don't care. If you are maybe somebody who you've never drank alcohol in your life, and you just want to know how it feels, this is the time to do it. Nothing will happen to you. Because the collective feelings are currently adventuring. So you can go out there with your emotions. And then the collective mass is currently in Libra. So right now you should only be taking actions that are balanced. Actions that you're confident in. Somebody was asking me, who was that girl? I don't know whether it was Ayesha. Some girl asked me like, oh Mo, I think it's Mo, that what is the best time to take action or whatever. Right now, any action that you're taking should be only actions that you're confident in. Don't do anything you're not confident in. Right now is not the time for you to start something that's new and stuff like that. Just perfect on the something that you're confident in. And then the collective Mercury is currently in Leo. To mean that speak from love, baby. Speak from self-love. Self-love. If you speak from self-love and you communicate from self-love, it's good, it's beautiful. It's going to go beautifully. So like let's say for example, Mars was in Capricorn today. Let's say it wasn't in Libra. Then that would mean that the actions that you take should be the ones that make you useful only. Only actions that make you useful are the ones that you should take only. But because the collective Mars is currently in Libra, you should only be taking actions you're confident in. Please. Yes, speak from love, please. The collective Mars is in Libra. Oh, the collective Mercury is in Leo, meaning you're supposed to only be speaking from a point of love. I'm about to work on a whole new project. If you're not confident about it, you're going to flop. Only take actions towards the things you're confident in, the ones that you know 100% you're going to win. The ones that make your nyash look big. Only take actions that make your nyash look big. If that action doesn't make your nyash look big, it's not the time to take it, because the collective consciousness is currently, the Mars of the collective consciousness is currently in Libra. So any action that you're not confident in, so back itakurarua kweli kweli. If you dare take an action that you're not confident in, so back itakurarua kweli kweli. Like for example, I'll give you an example with me. Today, I am going, like I'm teaching here. So let's say for example, I wasn't confident in what I teach. And I came here today when the collective Mars is in Libra. Wangenirarua. Wangenirarua hadi ningetoka hapa kama nalia ama sijijui. If I did not know what I was teaching and I just came here to do nothing, they would have finished, so Beck would have finished me. But because I am here taking action in something that I'm very confident in, I'm very confident in what I teach, and I don't give a fuck how anybody looks at it. Beautifully for me, coming out beautiful for me. I'm enjoying the class even. So kindly, this is not a time for you to do something that you know you are not 100% balanced. Unaenda kuanguka. Unaenda kuanguka. Utaanguka. So please don't do it. And then the collective Mercury is currently in Leo. We continue. I'm talking about Libra so much. I think it's because it's important. Now the collective Mercury communication only communicates from a point of love for yourself. Only communicate from a point of love for yourself, please. Right now. Right now, if you speak things like, I'm so ugly, it is going to manifest immediately. Immediately. Right now, if you even say something like, I hate the way I think, you're going to hate the way you think even more. You're going to hate the way you think. The universe is going to make sure you hate the way you think even more. Don't say anything negative about yourself right now. Don't say anything negative about yourself right now. Please. Please, 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 please. Say beauty, exactly. Right now I'm encouraging you, like somebody saying, yesterday I say I'm beautiful. Right now is the time for you to say, I am beautiful. Oh, I just love my life. I love myself. I love the way I look. I love the way I show up. I love the way I live. I love the way, like, please do it. Do it. And anybody, and pay attention to the people that are pushing you, that want you to speak negatively about yourself. Those are the demons in your life that you should be distancing yourself from. And then, the collective Jupiter is currently in Cancer. To me, the only way you expand is from your feelings. If you feel that it's time to expand, go ahead. If you feel like it's time to expand, go ahead. If you truly don't feel like, hey, this is not the time. Even if somebody's telling you, hey, let's do it, don't. Feel what you feel. Jupiter is currently in Cancer. So the collective feelings are currently, the collective expansion is currently in the feelings. Those who feel themselves are the ones who are expanding right now. Those who feel themselves are the ones who are expanding right now. And let me just use that analogy. Those who love themselves are the ones who are fertile in communication right now. Those who are confident and are balanced, those are the ones who are taking action right now. If you're not confident and balanced, you are going to be crippled. You will not be able to take action this season. Those who are adventurous are the ones who are feeling right now. And then those who are do no evil and accept no evil are the ones who are being seen right now. So the collective consciousness is only seeing those who do no evil and accept no evil. The collective consciousness is only feeling those who are adventurous. The collective consciousness is only taking action towards those who are confident. The collective consciousness is only communicating with those who love themselves. Remember, listen to that again. The collective consciousness is currently only communicating with those who love themselves. So right now, if you don't love yourself, forget about downloads even. Even if you are a tarot reader or diviner or whatever. If you don't love yourself, you are no downloads for you right now. And then, those who feel are the ones who are expanding right now. Those who feel themselves, those who are loyal to themselves when they are alone, are the ones who are expanding right now. And then currently the collective Venus is currently in Leo, so love. Right now you supporting yourself should come from a place of love. Like literally you should be feeling like, there are certain times where you'll be feeling like, I don't even want to download a TikTok. I don't even want to record a TikTok. I don't even want to go to work. Something astrological placement will make you feel like that. But now this, Venus being currently in Leo, you're going to be loving how you support yourself. Guys, if you don't, you are demonic. Right now, if you don't love the way you show up in the 7 days, especially after pursuit, after that August meteor has passed, right now you feel like, hey, I want to go to work. I want to make that TikTok. I want to shop, I want to shop. That is how you feel right now. You are loving your balance and you are loving your support system. And then the collective Saturn entered Pisces today. Today was the day the collective Saturn entered Pisces. And it is going to stay there until 2026. No, yeah, I think until, no, 2025, 2026, yeah. So what does that mean? Only people who believe in themselves are resting, are being granted rest. Yeah, until February 2026. Only those who believe in themselves are going to be resting until February 2026. If you don't believe in yourself, no rest for you. You're not going to be able to rest. You're going to be a slave. You're going to be working all the time, sweating all the time, fatigue all the time. So kindly, Saturn is the planet of rest. So rest is being granted only to those who believe in themselves. And then the collective Uranus is currently in Gemini. So quantum jumping is only available currently to those who think for themselves. Uranus is currently in Gemini, meaning quantum jump is currently available only to those who think for themselves. And then we have the collective Neptune is currently in Aries. To mean you looking angelic and ethereal, you looking like your final avatar. Is in you being authentic. If you want to look your best, if you want to look angelic, ethereal, like you are coming from heaven, then you must be authentic. If you're not authentic, you will not look like you're coming from heaven. You're going to look like a sack of maize that is being dropped from a container, mkokoteni chafu, kwa matope. But if you want to look ethereal and something that is heavenly and beautiful, then you must be authentic, because Neptune is currently in Aries, and then the collective Pluto is currently in Aquarius. And Pluto is going to stay in Aquarius until 2048. No, is it 2048? Is it 2048, guys? I'm not sure. But Pluto is going to stay in Aquarius for a very long time. Meaning, yes, 2048. Meaning transformation is only available to those who know themselves. Only those who know themselves are going to transform. That's why you hear people, everybody saying, oh, Pluto is entering Aquarius. Pluto is entering Aquarius. Pluto is entering Aquarius. What that means is that only the Maasai, the people you see, those ones that you see that are having ancestral attires, like the Himba tribe, the Maasai. It is people from such tribes that are going to transform. Those who know themselves, those who are still rooted in their ancestors, are the only ones who are going to transform. If you're not rooted in your ancestors, no transformation for you. If you're not rooted in your ancestors, no transformation for you. And guys, transformation in its highest octave looks like a change in species. Like for example, me becoming a cow. That's a transformation in its highest octave. Now, transformation in lower octaves can look like something like you were born in poverty, and then you end up becoming a billionaire. That's a transformation. And that energy is only available to those who know themselves. Transformation can look like, being born from a family of colonizers, and then you decide to be that descendant that pays reparations or start to fight for the justice of the colonized. Transformation. So your ability to know yourself is what is going to lead to you having major transformation in this particular dimension. Up to that point, guys, are you with me? Up to that point, I hope that you are comprehending the things that I'm saying. Okay? These are the places where this change, it changes, they change. They change. These are some of the forecasting. So as I'm working on forecasting, these are some of the things that we will be doing consistently with time. So that we just show you every other time how you should be behaving. Somebody's asking, Uranus in Gemini. Yeah, Uranus is in Gemini, currently in Gemini. Meaning quantum jump is only on those who think for themselves. Those are the only ones that will quantum jump. Quantum jumping is like going viral. In the spirit realm, it's like going viral. So the people that will go viral in the spirit realm are only the people who think for themselves. Now, how you see yourself, which is your Jupiter sign, is what you were born to rise into and become. For example, you were born a child and then you end up becoming a doctor. You see yourself as a doctor when you are still a child. So how you see yourself, which is your Jupiter sign, is what you are born to rise into and become. And then how the world sees you, which is your sun sign, is what you were born to do for the world. I was born Aquarius, meaning I was born to help the world know itself. You were born Pisces, meaning you're born to help the world believe in itself. Somebody's born Aries, meaning they're born to help the world be authentic. So how the world sees you, meaning where your sun was when you were born, is what you were born to do for the world. While how you behave when you are alone, which is your moon sign, is what you were born to do for yourself. So the sun sign is what you do for the world. The moon sign is what you do for yourself. When you're born Leo, you're born to show the world to love itself. Leos have the easiest work here because the sun is in Leo. Your job as a Leo is just to love yourself and help the world love itself. Like if you find, for example, let's give an example. You are a Leo and you met me, Swedinyar Kano, at a place that I did not even, love the version that I know. Like maybe I teach like this, I teach, but I hate myself and I just feel insignificant and I just feel hateful about myself, but I'm still teaching anyway. So a Leo will come into my life, or a Leo will be sent into my life. You just come and help me love myself and love what I teach. Because I am Aquarius, born to help the world know itself. So as I'm knowing myself and helping the world know itself, then I'm supposed to love that. And a Leo is supposed to help me love that. Now a Libra is supposed to help me be confident in that. and even create from it, manifest from it, monetize it. And Libra is the one that will help me, tell me that Surinyan can by then you can start having subscribers. You know, be confident in that, balance yourself. Be confident in what you do and start having subscribers and, you know, make some whatever out of that. Now, Capricorn is the one that will enable me to, Capricorn will come and tell me, hey, by the way, you can get a projector. It will help you to be useful to yourself more than shouting and, you know, people not seeing what you're talking about. Some people cannot visualize what you're saying and stuff like that. Virgo is the one that will come and tell me, you see those people that comment nonsense on your post? Delete them or block them. Like Virgo will just tell me ways to defend myself and analyze and keep myself away from rotten people and gravitate towards people that love me. That's what a Virgo will do. A Cancer will help me to now sit with myself and know myself. Like a Cancer's job is just to help you now within. How do you feel? Like a Cancer will ask me like, so when you teach, how do you feel? You know, they will suggest to me how I should be feeling. They will channel how the collective consciousness feels about what I'm doing, just to help me stand alone in solace. Taurus will support me. Taurus is the one that will show up every day in my class, commenting in the comment section, telling me, go, 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 go. And even giving me money. Taurus are the ones who will do that. Taurus are the ones who, in Nigeria, you see, when a bride is getting married or somebody's dancing nicely, Taurus are the ones now that splash money on them, like, take it, a little, take it. Now that's Taurus. Yeah. A Gemini will help me think for myself and, you know, fetch things from the Heka energy and stuff like that. Serene. I think I continue now. So what we are going to be focusing on today we are going to tackle how the world sees you, which is your sun sign, and what you are born to do for the world. So according to your sign, what were you born to do? I'm going to go through all the 12 signs. Are you ready? Are you ready for me to go through all the 12 signs to see how the world sees you and what you're supposed to be doing? Yeah, Sagittarius is now the one who will tell me like, hey, have you ever thought of, you know, start calling seminars, having people come in physical, you know, just, a Sagittarius will want me to try new things, like, you know, have you ever tried of, you know, going to OnlyFans, also doing this in OnlyFans and stuff like that? That's Sagittarius. The Sagittarius will tell me, oh, but then have you ever tried dressing like this when you are doing your job? Sagittarius will just want you to try new things that will be beneficial to you. Yes, I already said Capricorn will help me find ways to be useful, more useful. As a man, I'm Cancer. I have grown respect for women. Yeah, Cancer men can see into the spirit realm. Cancer men are like Bantu men. Because Bantu men are usually very short men. They are very tiny, short men, but full of intuition. Short men, but full of intuition. Short men, but full of intuition. And that's why the American crooked man, the Obama crooked man, is turning all South African men into women. Because Bantu men are very intuitive. And Cancer men are literally Bantu men. Cancer is safe the moon is safe in Cancer. So yeah. Nilotic men are not intuitive at all. Okay, maybe a little bit, but not so much. And Aries will help me to be true to myself. And Aries is the one that will tell me, just be you. Like, have your Luo accent. Shout. Open your mouth. And Aries will tell me, I love the way you do your facial expression. And Aries will just love my authenticity. Will help me embrace my authenticity and my truth and how I express and how I come across. Nah? Yes, thank you very much. So now Pisces. If you're a Pisces, the world sees you as somebody who believes in them, even if you don't, baby. You know, we live in a world where people fake being rich so much that sometimes somebody is not rich at all, but they look rich. They are seen. People, the public thinks that they are rich. Now, when you are born like a Pisces, the world automatically sees you as somebody who believes in themselves, even if you are a doubting Thomas. And this is why it makes Pisces the demonic of self-doubt. Because a Pisces already looks like they believe in themselves. So that if you meet a demonic Pisces, you will think they believe in themselves, even if they are a doubting Thomas. So it will be very easy for them to pull you into becoming a doubting Thomas as well. They look like they believe in themselves. All Pisces. That's what they're born with. That's the mojo they're born with. And what is self-belief? Self-belief is the direct contact with the infinite realm. Remember where Pisces is. Pisces is the feet. Your feet is stepping on Geb. Geb is like a collection of memories of things that have ever existed here. Born, died, and formed that physical matter. So Pisces is in touch with that automatically. If they choose to be angelic, if they choose to be demonic, they stay out of touch with all that automatically. But they still look like they are in touch with it in order to deceive and be demonic to the caliber. So now, Pisces are born perfect at sacrificing themselves in service of those in need. They'll tell you something like Jesus was a Pisces. Jesus thrived in the era of Pisces, the age of Pisces. That ability to self-sacrifice. So an angelic Pisces will self-sacrifice for others. A demonic Pisces will sacrifice others for self. Pisces are born having perfect feet. Pisces have a perfect immune system. So now when I say Pisces are born self-sacrificing, some people might think that is a negative connotation. No. Look at something like a water guard. Somebody that rescues people who are drowning in the ocean or in the pool. For you to be a rescuer, you have to be fully fit, full immune system, and that is what Pisces are born with. Pisces are born with a full immune system, not easy to attack. And because they have full immune system and not easy to attack, they can save others. When somebody is drowning inside the water there, a Pisces can enter and remove them out. When you are doubting Thomas, you don't believe in yourself at all. It is only a Pisces that can pull you out of that and bring you back into believing in yourself. The opposite is also true. If you are somebody who you believe in yourself a lot, it will only take a demonic Pisces to push you away from that. And they will, guys, it doesn't matter who you are. Life is a game of chess. It doesn't matter even if you are Goliath of the world, Trump of the world, Elon Musk of the world, Xi Jinping of the world, Putin of the world. As long as you believe in yourself and you engage a demonic Pisces, your self-belief will go like a vacuum. It will vanish like it was not even there. And it doesn't matter whether that Pisces was an illiterate. Oh my God. Even an illiterate person from the village, as long as they are Pisces and they are very strong in their demonic Piscesness, they will uproot you. If you are not a Pisces and you believe in yourself and you joke, you dare stare into that abyss, they will uproot you. That's the power they have. That's the star quality. They're the God of self-belief. And so they have very perfect feet. Because somebody who believes in themselves, your feet should always be very much in the ground. Even if when you're rescuing people, you should be somebody who you step on reality very strongly. And that is what an angelic Pisces is all about. Angelic Pisces, and look at the image. This is why I use this image. This image is showing you a lot of ethereal energy there of ancient worship. Pisces, they are very spiritual. A Pisces that is not spiritual is extremely demonic. If you meet a Pisces and they are not spiritual, demon, walk away. Doubting Thomas, that one. A Pisces should always be grounded to a belief system. Because that is what keeps their immune system very strong. So a Pisces that is not grounded in a particular belief system, a doubting Thomas, that one. That one will lead you astray. Stay away from that one. Now, let's continue. A Pisces is born to help the public connect to the infinite. And they should always be emotionally active because they are water. So Pisces, walk through life with your emotions. Please listen to me today as I tell you your star quality. As a Pisces, you must walk through life through using your emotions. Your emotions should always be on your sleeve. You are water. You are a water sign. Nobody should tell a Pisces that, oh, you're being too emotional. You're being too emotional. A Pisces, you are a water sign. You must always have your emotions outside, ready. Because you diving in emotion is what makes you a useful person. It's what makes you a star useful to you. So that is what Pisces is all about. And remember, a demonic Pisces is not emotional at all. A demonic Pisces runs away from their emotions. So always know that. That's your star quality. Now next, why is this on? Next is me asking you again, guys, to subscribe. But because there's no subscription button, maybe it will be there tomorrow. So I'll just pass. But also follow, please. Follow the host and put the notification buttons on so that you come to these particular classes. This entire month we are doing public classes. So please kindly follow and put the notification bell on. Now after Pisces we have Aquarius. Born self-knowing. Any Aquarius is born self-knowing. And especially they look self-knowing even to the public. The way the public sees an Aquarius is as if they know themselves. Even if they're ignorant as fuck. They have an avatar that looks like it knows itself. And so their job is to know themselves actually. So I'm an Aquarius. And most of the time you'll find Aquariuses. And because I'm an Aquarius as well, specializers. My Aquarius friends, mathematicians, physicists, myself, microbiology. Like they specialize. Pisces, Aquarius people are people who specialize in self. So an Aquarius can be one a mathematic. Like literally, I have a friend who is a mathematic genius. The fact there's no question in math you will ask this girl and she doesn't know. There's another one who's physics. No question you will ask and they don't know. And an Aquarius is one special in a particular field. If it is sports, so you football, so you whatever, whichever field you are special in, an Aquarius is born special and self-knowing. Now, born perfect at reading and impacting creation. So this is why I'm saying they are born geniuses in certain fields. If you are a physicist, you'll be very genius in recognizing quantum loops and stuff like that. Scientists, genius in recognizing sciences things. So Aquariuses are literally, they're different. You can be an Aquarius and you specialize on something and you totally don't know about other things. Because that is whatever you specialize on will be what you use to stare into infinity. For example, me, I specialize in microbiology. The word of the microorganisms. And it's because of that micro that I'm able to comprehend things. It has given me a fraction that I'm using to stare into infinity. And it's the same way I see my mathematics friend who is an Aquarius. She can use math to stare into infinity, to comprehend plants. She uses math to comprehend people. science, she uses math to comprehend business, to comprehend entrepreneurship, to comprehend construction. Me, I use biology to comprehend everything. I use biology to comprehend the plants, to comprehend people, to comprehend the way life is. So Aquariuses, they have a special binoculars that they use to stare into infinity. And you must find your own as an Aquarius, because you know you cannot copy paste somebody else's into your own. Now Aquariuses should have broad Achilles heel. The same way a Pisces should have a perfect immune system, an Aquarius's Achilles heel should be broad. And I'm always showing you my Achilles heel here because I'm an Aquarius. An Aquarius's Achilles heel should be broad. Now my Achilles heel is broad. Yes. But guys, I have a cousin. I have a cousin who is an Aquarius. Her Achilles heel look like a sweet potato that, oh my. My Achilles heel is broad, but my cousin's Achilles heel looks like a sweet potato that you're waiting to. Oh, God. It's so broad and it's so circular and stuff like that. So Aquariuses should always have an Achilles heel that is broad. Just like a Pisces, if a Pisces has a fucked up immune system, they are demonic. If Aquarius has an Achilles heel that is not broad, meaning they've not walked, Aquariuses should be walkers. You are a Johnny Walker. From childhood, you are everywhere. And that is the impact that makes your Achilles heel very broad. Because an Aquarius should be somebody who you know. A Noah must research. You must tembea kwingi uone mengi. As an Aquarius, you must tembea kwingi uone mengi. Ndio yujue. Mtembea kwingi kuona mengi ajua. So now if you are an Aquarius and you don't walk, you should be somebody, Let me just tell you as an example with myself, as an Aquarius. Guys, this time I was talking to my sister and my sister told me that, hey, even if you go to a new place, you research it, you walk through that, you explore that place like you are a local. Guys, me when I go to a new place, I must know where the river ends, where the river is going. I will Shika Road, I will know that entire place by the time I live there. By the time I leave, I will even know that place more than the locals, some locals who are born there, not all. Even where I live now, I already know this place more than most locals who are born there. Because I am everywhere. I'm always everywhere. So that is what Aquarius is, and that is where you get that Achilles heel being like that. As an Aquarius, you must walk a lot. And walking is not just on the gab. You can walk in nude as well. For example, right now we live in the era of social media. Scroll as an Aquarius. Don't be shy. What is going on in China? What is going on in Australia? What is going on in Venezuela? As an Aquarius, you must know what is going on everywhere. Journalism. Aquarius and journalism together. So as an Aquarius, when people are talking about doom scrolling, don't even listen. That is not advice for you. Because as an Aquarius, you must be a doom scroller. It's either you are doom scrolling on the internet or you are doom scrolling in reality. Walking through the village, from one village to another, from one country to another. That should be your job as an Aquarius. And you should never be ashamed of it. Because that is where your essence comes from. You knowing is what empowers you. And how much do you know? How well do you know? Through gossip, through journalism, through listening to other people, as many people as possible, sampling and stuff like that. So now Aquarius should be highly intellectual and the quickest span to Millennium. So you remember gossipers. Journalists are the ones who know fast. A journalist will know what is happening in Australia, what is happening in Lesotho, what is happening in Argentina. They will know what is happening in Chile, what is happening in Greenland, in Russia, in Europe. And what is the beauty of knowing what is happening everywhere? You become the quickest span. Knowing what is happening even in entrepreneurship, you know where the money is flowing. You know where the gossip is flowing. You know where things are going. You can track. You can trace the winds. You can track the winds. And know where the money is going to be so that you be there even before the money arrives. It makes you the quickest spark. Like knowing you, but you saw people before everybody knows you. You already know. You are the first one to know before everybody knows. Now, what is the beauty of being the first one to know? Early bird catches the worm. And that is what Aquarius is supposed to be doing. Should always be the early bird. Now, Aquarius should be highly intellectual and the quickest sperm to Milele. Born to be the quickest sperm to Milele in order to embody your obligation in the great circle of life as soon as possible so that you can guide others into it.
Makes sense.
And Aquarius, you are born to embody your role in the great circle of life as soon as possible. You are number one. And we will be talking about this by there as we go. Aquarius is the way January is the first. In the cycle of the Bantu and the Nilotics, Aquarius is the number one. Knowing yourself. That comes from you utilizing yourself. After you've known yourself now, everything else falls into place. So they must be the number ones to wake up in any timeline. Aquarius are the number ones to wake up. After you wake up, you wake everybody else. Aquarius are the journalists. They're the ones to know. Okay, so-and-so was killed. Aquarius first one to know so that they deliver that information to everybody else and everybody else that needs to catch you. Now, Aquarius should always be gossip active because they are air. A Pisces should always be emotional because they are water. Aquarius should always be gossip oriented. Please, without shame. Guys, please leave religion aside. Religion is shaming you out of yourself. It is making you erase yourself because every time you shame yourself, you lose a part of yourself. As an Aquarius, in a world where gossip is looked at with a negative connotation, don't be afraid to explore the gossip in your field. The field that you specialize on. If you're a physicist, gossip there, all of it. If you are specializing in finance, gossip there, all of it. If you are specializing in history, gossip there, all of it. Drink all the gossip. Let people say you are know-it-all. Drink all the gossip shamelessly. There is enough time. We have 24 hours every day. You have enough time to drink all the gossip. Because that's how you survive as an Aquarius. Gossip-oriented. You are air sign. Gossip-oriented. Journalism. And when I say gossip, journalism. In your field. I am in the field of micro, spirit, science, sex, sexuality. That is the field that I am on. I have no business going to listen to gossip about Ayesha. I have no business. I have no business going to listen to gossip about I don't know what in some TV. I only want to be why are people protesting in Australia? What happened in Rome? What is happening with NASA? Those are the things that I want to know. In your field as an Aquarius, all gossip you must drink, my dear. That's how you stay ahead. Without shame. And guys, the reason why I'm saying without shame is we live in a world where people are being shamed. You can be shamed out of your essence. Be very careful. Right now we live in a world that you can be shamed out of your essence. Don't just listen to anyone. Know that biology is different. Essences are different. What works for a Pisces will not work for an Aquarius. What works for an Aquarius will not work for a Pisces. Watch who you listen to in the internet. Don't allow yourself to be guilty. Like for instance, I don't listen to people who talk about things like, oh, I hate doom scrolling so much. Oh, I hate gossip so much. Oh, I hate just sitting down and following gossip. Me, I will sit down and follow gossip, imagine, without shame. Because that is where I get my energy from as an Aquarius. That's where my essence comes from. And they started fighting against me when I was a child. My dad did not want to see me anywhere near a phone. I had to fight my way to have a phone. I've never been bought a phone by anyone in my life. I've bought all my phones. And even buying myself a phone was an issue. I wanted to keep up with the gossip so bad. My dad was so against it so bad. He was like, you're going to waste your life. Don't have a phone so much. You're going to ruin your life. If I would have listened, I would be nowhere. useful. People will walk around with all manner of advices. People will walk around with all manner of things they have to say about everything. If you don't know yourself, you'll fall into the abyss. That's Aquarius we're done with. We're moving into Capricorn. Thoughts. Born self-useful. All Capricorns are born self-useful. Kujituma. Capricorns wote wanajua kujituma. All Capricorns know how to be useful to themselves. It is innate. The ancestors gave them that for free. An Aquarius might struggle with being useful to herself, but a Capricorn will never. Just the same way, a Capricorn might struggle with knowing herself, but Aquarius will never. So look, see the concussions. See the concussions. So a Capricorn amezaliwa kujituma on default. Capricorns, they set themselves on default. That's how they live their life. They don't know how to be useless. Capricorns that are angelic don't know how to be useless. So they are born useful, born perfect at being publicly perceived in a positive way. You know, when you're useful, when you're in public, everybody love a useful person. Everybody love a useful energy. Everybody will be like, hey, can you hold my phone for me? I want to record. Hey, can you... An Aquarius, a Capricorn, they will always be perceived as somebody who is useful. Even in public, the public, they love Aquariuses. Even if that Aquarius is, not Aquarius, Capricorn. Even if that Capricorn is ugly as fuck, the public will see them as very useful. And that's why you see, you know, sometimes, when you watch it online, look at your For You page. You cannot tell that, oh, this is the reason why people go viral. No. You cannot say that, oh, people go viral because people are loved because they are beautiful, or people are, no. You'll find somebody who's very ugly, but people just love that person. They're not looking at any appealing, but people just love them. Why? Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy, everybody loves usefulness. So Capricorn are born darlings of the collective consciousness because they are useful, and everybody loves themselves a useful person. Should have flexible and healthy needs. So Capricorns are always born to have very flexible and healthy needs because everybody sees you as useful. Useful people, their needs work the best. Because remember, usefulness is all about standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down. When you're standing up, sitting down all the time, being useful to yourself is your knees you're working on. Being useless to yourself is your knees you're destroying. So when you're being useful to yourself, you will never even complain about knees. People are always saying that, oh, I'm growing old, I'm hitting 30, my knees are no. It's not all 30-year-olds that have knee problems. You've just been too useless to yourself so much that your knees are telling you, fuck you now, bitch. And then people love to put everything in a box and say, oh, you know, as 30-year-olds, we have knee problems. No, there's nothing like that. A 30-year-old who has been useful to themselves since they were born will never have a knee problem like that. You only have a knee problem when you've been useless to yourself, and then you leave 30, Saturn returns. And Saturn asks you, I brought you here. What were you doing all those years? You told me when you came here you were going to help the world believe in itself as a Pisces. You are 30 now. What have you done? And then you tell them nothing, I've been dodging the assignment. Then Saturn tells you, I'm going with your knees. Say goodbye to your knees. And then you start having knees problem. And then when you start having knees problem, now everybody, thoughts are infectious, thoughts fertilize. When somebody's starting out, they're having knees problem, they come on the internet. Oh my God, guys, as 30-year-olds, we are suffering from knee problem. And then everybody's like, oh my God, 30-year-olds, knee problem, 30-year-olds. Now you start thinking, oh, at 30, knee problem is coming. At 30, knee problem is coming. You're manifesting. Thoughts become reality. Have nothing to do with people's experiences. Behave like an individual entity here. Say that, oh, you at 30, your knees have a problem. Me at 30, no knee problem. I want you. bandwagons subliminally. Stop manifesting things subliminally. Stop joining the bandwagon subliminally. Be careful about the things that you normalize for yourself. Now, the Capricorns should always be in a good, restful mood due to self-usefulness. So Capricorns are the most vibrant people, especially the angelic ones, because they are useful to themselves. Anybody who is not being misused is happy. Anybody who is not being misused walks the planet happy. They are very happy. Their moods are up. They went to work. They are paid the way they are supposed to be paid. They did what they promised themselves to do. And they're getting all those dopamine injections by themselves. They are useful to themselves, so they are always vibrant and feeling vibe because they are proud, not being misused. Now, a Capricorn that is being misused, they're like a dead person. Zero smile. They're walking like the world is offending them every second. Moody, angry. Why? Because they are showing up at a job that they are not being paid. They've worked for 3 months, no salary. Bitterness. Anybody that is misusing you is working on your endocrine system, your hormonal system, which is the Capricorn system. You'll have ngude, you'll have a lot of potatoes, big potato here that you cannot swallow when you allow yourself to be misused. You get married to a man who lied to you that they were a billionaire. Now you are pregnant and you are realizing 0 billions, they have nothing. Misused, and you're already pregnant. You start having that potato here. Now you are walking around, you cannot tell your husband because you are a people pleaser. You are mad at everybody else. As if we're the ones who are marrying you, who lied to you. Now you're mad at, because at the back of your mind you know very well, you thought you were marrying a millionaire, only for you to get pregnant and realize they have 0 shillings. They played you, conned you. So now some people, bitterness. So that is why Capricorn should always be in good, restful moods due to self-usefulness. Otherwise, they walk around pathetic and angry. Capricorns are born to teach the public how to be useful to self today and avoid misuse and fatigue tomorrow. So, a good Capricorn will always help you. They'll always tell you, oh, that guy is not a billionaire, they're lying to you. A good Capricorn will always tell you, hey, quit that job. 3 months they've not paid you. Go report them to the police. Have a case. Do something. A Capricorn will always tell you that. Now, a demonic Capricorn is the one that will even organize for thieves to come into your house. Be careful. If you're with a demonic Capricorn, they're the ones, those things that you always hear that, oh, their brother organized for them to be killed. That's a demonic Capricorn. They will organize for you to be misused. Maybe you're somebody who you never misuse yourself. A Capricorn will organize for you to be misused. A Capricorn will organize for your workplace to be burnt down. A demonic Capricorn. A demonic Capricorn is the one that goes, you know those people who go all the way to do you evil. That's a Capricorn energy. If you want somebody who doesn't quit until something is completely destroyed, look for a demonic Capricorn. They're very useful in being demonic. And then the angelic Capricorn are also very useful in being angelic. Now, a Capricorn should always be realistic because she is earth. So remember, a Pisces should always be emotional because she's water. Aquarius should always be gossip oriented because she's air. Now, Capricorn reality, be real. Capricorns are realistic people. They're the ones that ground you. They're the ones that ground you in reality. Just be real, Bana. And that's why a Capricorn, a Capricorn that is angelic, you can never con. You'll never con a Capricorn that is angelic and tell them that, oh, I have billions in the account and you have nothing, and then you will let them. you'll only do that to a demonic Capricorn. An angelic Capricorn, you can never lie or cheat them into misusing themselves. Ever! They will not fall for it. Now we have that Sagittarius energy. Born self-adventurers. Born in a perfect relationship with exploring the wilderness. Sagittarius, they are like Moana. See Moana? From the time they are young, they just want to go to the ocean. They just want to go to the ocean. You tell them, wait. Sagittarians are the ones who, they're always like this with their parents, especially when they are born to parents who don't comprehend them. They're always, wait. That's the Sagittarius spirit. But then if they're born with supportive parents will always bring, if they want drawing things, they'll be brought. If they want to go to Paris, they'll go. If they want to whatever. So a Sagittarius is born self-adventurers. They already know. And remember, this is what fashion is. So the first thing you know that a Sagittarius is angelic is when they are very fashionable. From a young age, just fashion-oriented. Because fashion is one of the ways that you adventure. If you want to look a little bit different, it's fashion that you go to. If you want to experience a little bit different, it's fashion that you go to. If you want to know that Sagittarius is demonic, they know nothing about how to even dress themselves. You see a Sagittarius with a very good body, a very beautiful body, and they are dressing it like they are prophet or word followers. You see them with a very beautiful aura, and they are dressing it like a Catholic sister, a Catholic nun. That's how you know that's a demonic Sagittarius. They don't know how to elevate their beauty so that it is even more appreciated. So now, they are born in perfect relationship with the wilderness and should have beautiful skin and strong nails. Please, Sagittarius that doesn't have beautiful skin and strong nails, if you're a Sagittarius, you're struggling with your skin and your nails, demonic. She should have beautiful skin and strong nails. She should always have broad variety of visuals of herself and the world. A Sagittarius is the one that easily has multiple personalities. They have a version of them that is a Paris princess. They have a version of them that is a Namibian village girl. They have a version of them that is a motorcycle tycoon. They have a version, like they just have different versions of them, and it is welcome. Sagittarius, welcome. You need to be very varied, like nobody even knows where your center is. That's what a Sagittarius should be. Should always have broad variety of visuals of herself and the world. And then a Sagittarius is born to link the public between the two lands. Their past and their future. So as I showed you the linking between the two lands, how Jupiter does it. When you are a child, for you to become a doctor, Sagittarius energy is the one that will motivate you. So Sagittarius are the ones who help others to become what they want to become. For example, you are a Sagittarius, you've traveled to Americas, and you've seen how people in America behave, and then you go to your village and then you find some girl there who has potential of becoming Nicki Minaj. But they don't know. Because they've never gone anywhere. They are a village girl, never stepped out of their village. But they have this talent like Nicki Minaj. So you as a Sagittarius, it's your job to tell them, by the way, look at this Nicki Minaj girl. You are like these. And look at them. Look at what they're making with that particular talent that you also have. So you need to start walking through towards this direction. So maybe that person that did not even know which direction to go with their height. Maybe you went to South Sudan and you found some girl very tall, very demure, like Alato Jasper. And then you tell them, by the way, there's this girl called Alato who models for Dolce & Gabbana, models for Givenchy, models for every good big brand. And they look exactly like you, by the way. And you're poor here, struggling. Can you walk towards that? Walk towards that. So Sagittarius, they do that. They explore the wilderness. They know where everybody belongs. And their job is to now put everybody where they belong. They say, a Sagittarius can come and find you in Rwanda and say, this Rwanda environment is not good for you. There's a place in Australia where girls like you thrive. There's a place in Australia where girls like you thrive. I think you should check it out. Like, that is a Sagittarius energy. That's what they're born to do. And a Sagittarius should always be interactive because she's fire, an alchemist. So Sagittarius, you should always be interacting with creation. Tell people what you know about the wilderness. Tell them the direction they should be going. Alchemize people. Help that village girl who is very tall, who doesn't know that she can become a cage. To become a cage. And for you to do that, you have to interact. You have to embody alchemy. So as a Sagittarius, you're a fire sign and you should always be interactive, interaction oriented. So remember, Aquarius is gossip oriented. So you don't need to interact, Aquarius. Aquarius, you can just scroll, don't talk to anyone, don't comment anything, nobody will know you were even there, and just observe like a bird and leave. As Sagittarius, you interact, you have to interact, to change. You don't just explore. You interact together. You don't, as Sagittarius, you just don't explore together. You explore to alchemize. Aquarius, you explore together only. So, as an Aquarius, you can explore that village, that country, but never even talk to anyone. You just go there and experience the air and go where you will get a lot from that. Sorry. And then, next we have Scorpios. Scorpios are born attractive, and I'll repeat. Scorpios are born attractive. Please. As a Scorpio, the way you look is the way your ancestors looked when they were their best. As a Scorpio, you are born looking the way your ancestors looked when they were their best. Do you even know it? Because as a Scorpio, if you think you are ugly, oh, that is like you touching hydrochloric acid. It will burn you alive. Your biggest sin as a Scorpio is to think you are ugly. Oh, as a Scorpio, if you ever think you are ugly as a Scorpio, even if you are ugly, well, truly. Because as I always tell my people, the good news is, you can doubt it, but it is true. And it will appear as a lie. And you can believe in it and it is false. And it will appear as true. As soon as within, so without. As soon as within, so without. And the good news is, you can doubt it and it is true. And it will appear as a lie. And you can believe it and it's a lie. And it will appear as true. So as a Scorpio, whether you think you are the ugliest thing on the planet, that's your challenge. Because what you look like is what your ancestors looked like when they were their best. Even if you think you look like a frog, you should never think you're ugly as a Scorpio. That's sin for a Scorpio. And Aquarius, you can think you're ugly as much as you want. A Pisces, you can think you're ugly as much as you want. It is an abomination for a Scorpio and a Leo to think that they are ugly. Actually, a Leo, you can think you're ugly, but it is an abomination for you to hate yourself. So as a Leo, you can be ugly, but then be like, I love my ugly self. I'm ugly, I'm crooked, but I love it. Leo, that you can do. But Scorpio, you are not allowed to think you're ugly. I don't care where you are with yourself. As a Scorpio, you are not allowed to think you are ugly. So if you think you're ugly as a Scorpio and you're watching this right now, start moving away from that because it is an abomination you're doing. As an Aquarius, I am allowed. You are not allowed. Now, Scorpios are born attractive. They are born perfect when it comes to attracting valuable mates. Should have healthy and conspicuous private parts. Well, as Scorpio, the way you know you are a Scorpio is your vagina is very beautiful, and your breasts are also very beautiful. As a Scorpio, your sexual parts beautiful. I don't get, maybe you are a Scorpio with very big, but they are beautiful, I'm telling you. Maybe you are insecure about, they are beautiful. Your private parts are very beautiful as a Scorpio. Please take care of them and keep them clean. Should always have multiple spams or people wanting access. As a Scorpio, Scorpios are the ones who walk around and men are like, that is Scorpio energy. Even if you're not a Scorpio and you walk around and people are like that with you, know that your Scorpio energy is when you pass. Even if you're a Pisces, if people turn when you pass, that is Scorpio energy. It's not Pisces energy, it's Scorpio energy. So normally, almost all Scorpio, even if that Scorpio is an insignificant village person who nobody knows, they will have something about them that will make people turn when they are passing, when they are walking around. It's either they'll have some boobs that are very full, or their nyash will just be like they just have something that is screaming, grab me. And that is why they should always have multiple spans, which is multiple people wanting access. And then Scorpios are born to teach the world how to embody sexuality and look like their essence. So it is Scorpios that enable you to embody your sexuality. Like, it is Scorpios that should be deciding whether you are ugly or attractive. It's only Scorpios. Beauty standards should only be determined by Scorpios, and not by Scorpios sitting down and saying that, guys, these are the beauty standards. No. The way a Scorpio looks is the beauty standard. Scorpios are the beauty standard. So if you want beauty standard on the planet, it is the Scorpios. Look at the Scorpios of your village, of your timeline, of your area, of your era. Those are the beauty standards on that particular timeline. And so we shouldn't be coming up with beauty standards out of nowhere, out of patriarchy, out of religion. No, beauty standards should only be come from Scorpios. Scorpios are the ones who should be dictating the beauty standard. And that is the reason why, when a Scorpio tells you you are ugly, you will feel it, imagine. They are the demons of that. It's the only Scorpios that have the power to make you feel like you are the shit, you are the hottest thing on the planet. And it is Scorpios that have the power to make you feel like you are the ugliest thing on the planet. When a Scorpio tells you you are hot, you will feel hot. When a Scorpio tells you you are ugly, even if you are hot, you will feel ugly. That's their power. That's the power that they have, and that is what they are here for. The gatekeepers. And that is why they are the portal. Scorpio is the reproductive part, especially the vagina. It is the one that tells you, okay, it is the gate. It is the one that decides, okay, from the spirit into the physical. Okay, from the spirit into the physical. From the physical into the spirit. So they're the ones who say, you are, especially when it comes to beauty. Because remember, there's Sobek as well when it comes to manifestation. When it comes to beauty, what you produce from your vagina, it is Scorpio that is determinant of that. So, should always be emotionally active because they are water. So just like Pisces, Scorpios are water, should always be emotional. Please, if you're Scorpio and you are numb, you numb your emotions, doing wrong, you're walking wrongly on the planet, should be always be very emotional and judge things from your emotions. That's how you become even more angelic. Libra. Born balanced. So Libras are born balanced. And what is balance? The ability to know who to give what. Distribution. Remember your nyash. Oh God. Guys, your nyash is the one that divides your body into two. The ability for your body to divide into two is the one that gives you balance. Even when you're driving a motorcycle, you're riding a motorcycle, or you're riding a bicycle, your balance is in your nyash, baby. Your balance is in your nyash area here. Even when you're skating, your balance is in your nyash area. That balance allows you to distribute energy throughout your body in a way that you don't fall. Now, Libras are born balanced. Born with the ability to command the world outside of her. Should have big nyash and healthy urinary system. Please, if you're a Libra with a small nyash, that is already a red flag. Libra with a small nyash is a red flag, like a Pisces with a terrible immune system. Or like an Aquarius with a very slim Achilles heel. Or like a Capricorn who is useless to themselves with very weak knees. Libra with a small nyash, that's how you know. Guys, don't even wait. Don't wait to investigate. I'll tell you this. Read the writings on the walls. When you meet somebody and they tell you, oh, I'm a Libra, and they're a girl, a woman, and the nyash is like, run away. Run away. Don't even wait to tell them that, by the way, there's this girl on TikTok who was saying that, you know, a Libra with a small nyash is don't wait. Don't wait. Know what's up. Even if that Libra is your boss, know what's up. And always, I'm telling you this so that you be aware. Always know what's up. And the same way, if you meet a Libra with at least some nyash at the back there, then you know that this one is angelic. They will give you your flowers. And they will correct you when you're wrong. A Libra with a small nyash, they will take your flowers and give it to your enemy. And always condemn you when you're right. That's a Libra with a small nyash. They will always condemn you when you're right, and they will always give your flower to your biggest enemy or your biggest off. Now a Libra that is angelic, they will always give you your flowers when you deserve it. And also when you deserve anger and hate, they will give it to you. A Libra that is demonic, that with small nyash, they give hate to people who love them, and then they give love to people who hate them. They applaud the mediocre and pull down and push down and condemn the excellent. That's a demonic Libra. Watch out for them. Now, an angelic Libra delivers truthful judgment to those on her outside environment. Yeah, they tell the truth. So back, they tell the truth. For example, if you release a makeup product that has the foundation for black people is like kiwi, it's like shoe polish. It is the Libras that will tell you, fuck off, Bana, stop playing. It is the Libras that will go and report and sue a restaurant that is feeding people poison. It is the Libras that keep society to make sure that the waters of societies are safe for the angelic one. It is the Libras that call out the corrupt. It is the Libra that makes sure the mediocre don't pass and only the excellence pass. It is the Libra that they apply pressure. It is Libra that you are afraid of. When you don't want to post, you are afraid of comments. That's Libra you are afraid of. When you have a business and you are afraid to launch, you are afraid of Libra. When you are inventing something new and you are afraid to put it to the public so the public can see whether they like it or not, you are afraid of Libra. Because this is the Libras that make sure the right things, only the right things enter Earth. And the wrong things never make it to Earth. What were kind of yeah! When you see society is so corrupt, know that the Libras are failing. The Nyashas are small. When Nyash are becoming small in a timeline, majority are becoming prioritizing small Nyash, then know that society is becoming corrupt. When you live in a society that prioritizes big Nyash, know that the society is becoming truthful. So you can see, read the writings on the wall. The most corrupt society is the one that has women with the smallest Nyash on the wall. The most just and truthful societies are the ones that have women with the biggest Nyashas on the world. Watch out and look out for it. You will see the writings stay on the walls. And then, Libra are born to manage birth, storage, and distribution of all energies harvested from infinite waters. And Libras should always be gossip active because she's air. So, for you to be a good judge, you must always know what's happening everywhere. You cannot be a good judge. Libras are good judges. Aquariuses are journalists. Libras are judges. Without investigation, you cannot be a good judge. You have to know, you have to enter into that gossip and know, oh, who did what? Who did? Judges are just gossip people also. They gossip a lot at the court. Court is just a gossiping session to decide who was wrong. So judges, Libra, gossip is a must. You must know every side of the story. All before you make a judgment, you must know who did what. You cannot side with one side of the story as a Libra. You cannot just take one side of the story and run with it. Listen to both sides to the fullest with scrutiny before you make a decision as a Libra. Can you build up on this? Yes, you can build up on this energy. For example, the Libra energy that you can build up on. Just if you want to grow your nyash, don't do squats. If you are lazy in the physical, me, I'm lazy in the physical. That's why I do the spiritual to the fullest, so that in the physical I don't have to do anything. So now if you're lazy in the physical, you cannot go to the gym. If you want to grow your nyash, start making sure that everybody receives what they deserve from you. The people that wrong you, give them anger like shit. The people that support you, give them love like shit. If you mix the two, meaning the people that deserve hate from you, you give them love. And the people that deserve love from you, you give them hate. If you mix the nyash gone. Nyash gone. And by that, observe yourself. Because black women, you're always gaining nyash and losing. Gaining nyash and losing. So if you're a black woman who is always gaining nyash and losing, observe yourself. You will realize that the times where you don't give people exactly the energy they deserve. Those who deserve hate from you, they receive hate. Those who deserve love from you, they receive love. If you don't do that, the time that you don't do that, the nyash goes. The nyash goes. Now the time that you do, those who deserve hate, they get it. Those who deserve love from you, they get it. Nyash goes. But then if you cannot do the spiritual work, there are people who are spiritually lazy as well. If you are spiritually lazy, let's go to the gym. As you squat and build your nyash, it will force you to do no evil and take no evil. It will force you to make sure that you hate the people that deserve hate from you and love the people that deserve love from you. So you can work with either. This world, there are many ways to achieve results. If you want to work as a spiritualist to achieve nyash, give people who deserve hate, and give people who deserve love. If you can't give people who deserve hate, and people who deserve love, then go to the gym. You going to the gym and doing squats and cardio to build your nyash is going to automatically make sure that you give love to people who deserve it and give hate to people who deserve it. So you can force your body to be ahead. Your body does it and then your spirit follows. Or you can do the spiritual work and then your body follows on the spot. Which one is easy, guys? Which one do you think is easy? Forcing your body and then the spirit aligns, or aligning the spirit and then the body follows? Whatever works for you, go whichever that direction. Me personally, I am the spiritual person. I'm very lazy in the physical. So I just do it in the spirit and then the body follows suit. I don't care when the body will follow suit. As long as I've done it in the spirit, me na song at nine. I don't care, but the body always follows. So do it and get the results. Virgo. Virgos are born analysts. The greatest of all time. Ukizishikanisha zote, beast. I promise you that. Utakuwa beast mbaya Mungu. Utafika Pluto mapema sana. Utafika Pluto mapema sana. You'll reach Pluto very high. Now Virgos are born analysts. They are analyzing. Like they are very analytical. Virgos, they will always, they are very keen. You know, should have healthy stomach and digestive system. If you're a Virgo and you have digestive system problems or stomach problems, demonic, you're a demon. Born to serve self, preserve self, and protect self by doing no evil and accepting no evil. So Virgo are going to just do no evil and accept no evil. That's all Virgo. Virgos are just here to preserve self, to self-preserve and self-protect by doing no evil and accepting no evil. The easiest way to have your way on this planet is to do no evil and accept no evil. If you want things to just work for you the same way things work in the stomach, remember Virgo is the stomach where food gets in and then good food goes into the bloodstream, bad food goes to the anus. just interacting with people and making sure that you do no evil to them and they do no evil to you. That's all Virgos do. Self-preserving. And then they're born aligned with the 5 daily transitions of Heru that serve self. So the daily transitions of Heru, remember I've talked to you about the planets. I was talking to you about the planets before. So let me just return and say. The 5 planets of Heru are, we start with Heru the red one, which is Mars. These are the planets of Virgo. Heru the red one, taking action. Heru the ibis and the baboon, communicating. Heru the link between two lands, expanding. Heru the phoenix, loving. And then Heru the bull of the sky, resting. So Virgo, that's all you're meant special in that. Virgos are already, on default, they do those. They are already engaged in the 5 planets on default. And where do you think this comes from? From the lumbar area. When you look at the vertebral column, at the stomach, which is the lumbar region, it has 5 vertebrae. Those 5 vertebrae, we will learn about this, by the way, guys. If you are not comprehending what I'm saying, just wait a little bit to comprehend it with time as I demonstrate. But the vertebral column has the lumbar area that has only 5 bones, and those 5 bones are the ones represented by Mars, Heru the red one, which Virgo is. Virgos naturally know how to take action. Virgos naturally know how to communicate. Virgos naturally know how to communicate. Heru the ibis and the baboon. Virgos naturally know how to expand. Virgos naturally know how to love. And Virgos naturally know how to rest. So they naturally know how to do the things that should be making you rich in Lele. And that's what they're supposed to do. So it's like Virgo people are vessels that have information on how you should be living your 5 days. Remember, the week has 7 days. Now, when we remove the 2, sun and the moon, we have now 5. The 5 are the ones that you're supposed to be working. So Virgo already, they are specialized in that, in those 5 planets. So they already know how they should be moving with it. Now their job is just to now make sure that nobody interrupts them from moving with it. Virgos, are you listening? You're already born knowing how to live through the 5 planets: Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn. So your job is to self-preserve, to preserve yourself so much that nobody tampers with you, gets you out of that lane. And that's why I was saying here, Virgo are born already connected to all. They're already connected to the way you should be living life. Now, they should be having a healthy stomach and a healthy digestive system because they made their daily transition. Virgo are born to serve self, preserve self, and protect self by doing no evil and accepting no evil. So Virgo are the ones who will help you self-defense. Virgo, they gravitate naturally towards self-defense things. So they will teach you, they can't let you even teach the world how to self-defense because they are born to self-defend themselves. They have a vessel, and inside that vessel, there is 5 planets and a listing on how those 5 planets should be. So Virgo, their job is to protect these 5 planets so that they reach where they're going. Because if a Virgo doesn't protect what is inside of them, it will be contaminated by the forces outside. So Virgo is born with that, with a leakage. I don't know how they call leakage in other places, like a cheating, an exam cheating formula. They're born with it. So their job is to make sure they protect it so that nobody else takes it. Because as a Virgo, if you're not careful, somebody else will come snatch that particular marking scheme that you're given. More Kenya, exactly. As a Virgo, if you don't protect the way you live, if you don't have a tunnel vision as a Virgo in the way you live your life, you will be thrown off balance. You will not even know where you're going. But you're already born knowing where you're going. You don't even need help. You don't even need a Sagittarius to tell you where you're going. You don't need help. You just need to maintain a tunnel vision and you're going to get to where you're going. As a Virgo, if you cannot maintain a tunnel vision, you are not going to make it. And Virgos are born aligned to the 5 daily transitions of Heru, that self-self. That is what I was explaining. And Virgo should always be realistic because she is a demonic Virgo is the one that... Let me tell you what a demonic Virgo will do. You're fighting with your husband, and your husband is clearly the one who has wronged you. Maybe your husband even cheated on you and slapped you. And then you invite your Virgo friend to come and help you solve the situation. If the Virgo is demonic, they're going to side with your husband. If the Virgo is demonic, they're going to side with your husband that beat you up, that cheated on you. And they're going to say, you're just overreacting, you're overthinking things. It's not that being overdue, this is normal, this is what men... You know, a demonic Virgo will help you do that. But then an angelic Virgo will tell you, leave immediately. They will even rent a house for you and tell you self-preserve. Virgos, they help protect self in order for self to thrive. They help protect self in order for self to thrive. And Virgos will always be realistic because they are us. So as the same way with a Capricorn, a Virgo should always be very real, very realistic. If somebody did evil or accepted evil, just tell them the truth. Here you did evil. Here you are accepting evil. From the action. Living in reality is living life according to actions you're seeing in real life, in real time. And before I enter into probably our last session, guys, subscribe, follow the host, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, a demonic Virgo will help you accept evil and they will help you do evil. They will lie to you that, you know, whatever you are pain you're going through or whatever injustice that was done to you is valid. They will lie, yes. But then an angelic Virgo will just tell you the truth. Here evil is being done to you, leave. Here you're doing evil to that person, stop. Here evil is being done to you, leave. Here you're doing evil to that person, stop. So any Virgo that is not capable of doing that is demonic. Is demonic. Somebody saying, a recap, I joined late. So are you a subscriber? I don't see you with a subscription button. Please. Now, if you want me to repeat what you missed, subscribe before you ask. Subscribe before you ask, please. Just don't misuse me. Usinitumie vibaya. You know, I'm teaching these things and this is why I'm telling you. Just, you know, usinitumie vibaya. Gonga hapo ka subscribe kabla uitishe favors. But if you can't subscribe, then let's just go with the schedule. Leo, because there are people who are waiting. I have a congregation of people who are waiting for their time. So imagine you are not even a subscriber and then I go back for you. And yet people are waiting for that and they've been waiting since I started in the beginning. They just think, oh, when will Leo come? When will Leo come? And Leo is here. But now Leo is here and you want me to go back to Pisces for you when a Leo person is waiting, you know. I can only do that if you subscribe. Scratch me and scratch you. Now, Leo, born self-loving and self-expressing. Leos are, oh God. You know, people are always saying, oh, Leos are so ego. There's nothing like ego there. In fact, hating yourself is what is ego. Loving yourself is very divine. It's angelic. The sun is self in Leo. So Leo are born self-loving. They're born self-prioritizing, very expressive. You know, it's a Leo that will always walk around around with, they have their water bottle. Their entire house has a particular theme. Not just everything is everywhere. Very organized in the way they live there. Like they love themselves. Have you ever seen somebody who loves themselves? When you see people buying themselves like machines, big, huge machines and stuff like that, it's just self-love, you know? You see people living in mansions that have double ceilings. Self-love. That's what self-love looks like. Just self-prioritization and expressing what you want to build. If people came here and built pyramids, people came here and built the Eiffel Tower, people came here and built the Vatican City, people came here and built Israel, baby, you can build whatever you want. Follow your self-love and build. You can build whatever you want on this particular planet, as long as your self-love is requiring of it. Now, born in deep relationship with creation. Leos are born in deep relationship with creation. That's why a Leo will always make sure that even the way they dress, the way their houses are, yani, they create. They are always creating their ego to marry their ego. They always representations of their ego is always around them. That's what creation is all about. Hacker energy. Even me buying myself this laptop, me having these things that I have here, it's all creation, me creating for myself. So Leos are prioritizing. They love creation. They are in love with creating for themselves and for their lives, with be it art, be it things and stuff. So Leo, as an angelic Leo, you should always have a healthy heart, blood, and the circulatory system. If you are a Leo with blood issues, demonic, you hate yourself. By the way, when I say demonic, it means you're doing the opposite of what you should be doing. A Leo should be loving themselves. A demonic Leo is somebody, a Leo that hates themselves. And when a Leo hates themselves, their blood is the one that will suffer the first. Their blood and their circulatory system and their heart. Which translates, remember the heart is what translates to your hair also. Now, Leos are born to teach the world how to embody self-expression and self-love. They are born to teach the world, they are born to teach the love of all that is created. She will always be interactive because she is also fire. So Leo, just like Sagittarius, you teach people how to love themselves. So how do you teach people how to love themselves? By being interactive. Interacting and alchemizing the hate into love. Always alchemizing the hate into love. Always alchemizing the hate into love. And how do you alchemize the hate into love? Action oriented, interaction oriented. That you say, oh, my this swearing Arcano, I don't like it when you think your Achilles heel is not broad enough. Love it the way it is and stuff like that. Next, Cancer, born in intimate relationship with Soleil. As a Cancer, you should never, like for example, on a girl, the world is lying to you most of the time when it comes to your start point. Somebody like Elon Musk is a Cancer. And most of the time you see Elon Musk in interviews trying to explain himself like, oh, you know, I don't have friends, I sleep alone, and then him feeling guilty for that as if it's around. As a Cancer, being alone is a priority. In fact, you should not, if you are a Cancer and people are always wanting to be around you, they're demonic. As a Cancer, you should always have a time in your schedule where you, as a Cancer, you should always nap every day. Let me start there. You should always have a time you're taking a nap, like a child. As a Cancer, Cancers should be children who never stop taking naps. Because a nap time is an alone time. Oh, Elon is a Capricorn. I thought it's a Cancer, but anyway, that was a gossip gotten wrong. Somebody talked about Elon being a Cancer somewhere, and I saw it. Somebody saying he's a Cancer. So I don't know. You people, you talk everything. Blah, 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 blah. But I'll trust my subscriber. So that girl, she says he's a Cancer. So that's it. So this person, this person from the wilderness that is called Lalian, I don't know you. I don't trust him. He's a Cancer. Yeah. Ah. Some people, well, just like I'm telling you, Elon is somebody who likes being alone a lot, but from the way I see him speaking about it, it's like he's guilty about it because people find him weird for the fact that he's alone. He's always alone. As a cancer, that is the way. Alone. Prioritize being out of 24 hours as a cancer. You should be alone 18 hours of the time. Like out of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 6 hours, maybe give it, interaction. But out of every 24 hours, as a cancer, at least 18 hours should be yours and yours alone. If it can be 23 hours, it can even be better. But now if you can make it even 24, you'll excel as a cancer. So born in an intimate relationship with soulmates. The more alone a cancer is, the more powerful they are. Born present with the infinite. Like a cancer is, everything is present with them. All their ancestors are. This is a vessel of a cancer. I know my liquid here. This is apple juice. This apple juice is half. But now a cancer is full of all the ancestors that have ever existed since the beginning of time. Remember, cancer is the chest. The chest is made up of 12 ribs. So a cancer is made up of a vessel that has all their ancestors in it. Imagine if you are a vessel that has all these ancestors inside. Wouldn't you love spending time at home more than spending time with the mediocre people outside who probably don't even have ancestors attached to them? So as a cancer, please prioritize your 24 hours. Spending all the 24 hours by yourself would be divine. But if you can make it 18, that's average. Born, a cancer should have a healthy chest, healthy breasts, and lungs. So as a cancer, your chest should be healthy and your breast should look like a cancer. A cancer, your breast should just look unique. The type of boobs you have as a female cancer, your boobs should just be very unique. And why are people rushing me when I'm talking about cancer? We don't have cancers in the comment section. Why are people wanting me to move away from you so fast? It's disrespectful to the cancers in the comment section. So cancers are born. Cancers are born to teach the world how to harvest abundance and love. The only way you harvest abundance, when you are alone, love. Cancer is the respiratory system. The respiratory system harvests oxygen. Oxygen in layman's language, in African language, is self-love. The more alone you are, the more self-love you harvest. The more alone you are, the more self-love you harvest. So when you are not alone, there is no self-love you are harvesting. You are outside with people. So your self-love is actually being utilized. But when you are alone, you are just harvesting the self-love and it is being kept not utilized. So cancers are born to teach the world how to harvest that self-love and abundance. The emotions of a cancer are like rain. So they help others grow. Remember, the rain, they come from the ancestral realm. Rain comes from the ancestral realm, and a cancer is like a vessel with ancestors inside. So every time a cancer cries, just like in the picture here, in this picture that I've shown here, every time a cancer shows her emotions, where that emotion falls, grows, the things that emotion falls to grow. Cancer, your emotions are like fertilizer. How you feel, be it anger, hate, love, pain, all that emotion is fertilizer. You should, and still going to Elon Musk. You see the way Elon Musk went on Twitter and was like, oh, Donald Trump, Epstein files, lashing out, and then later on, he went and apologized. That's demonic for cancer. Once you unleash your emotions as a cancer, you shut up and let people adjust. What Elon Musk should have done that day was come out and tell the world what's going on and then shut up and let Akina Trump to adjust. But the moment he withdrew his emotions, it's like he did zero work. Now became a laughing stock. So, Cancer, that is where the challenge is. As a Cancer, your emotions are true. You don't go back. Oh, don't let them guilt trip you, because if you take it back, now you are going to channel that anger to yourself. And I'm very sure Elon Musk, after taking back and saying that, oh, maybe I overreacted on Trump, and if the people around him, probably the people around that man, always talking him out of his natural behavior. And then after now, you apologize, it's now nonsense. You now become a nonsensical individual. Nobody now wants to. Now we all think he's unstable. Cancer! Once you unleash the bed, you don't take it. Let them have done. If they want to kill you, let them kill you. But you don't take it back until they adjust. That's why you're born to teach the world how to see inside self and trust intuition. Your emotions are like rain, they help others grow. Even if those emotions are negative. Even if those emotions are negative, learn from Elon, please. Elon is a terrible Cancer. He's not doing a good job as a Cancer. Terrible, terrible Cancer. As a Cancer, you should be very authoritative, because remember, you are a vessel that has ancestors inside. All your ancestors, you need nobody. Cancer, you are a self-sustainable individual. So you should not ever be a people pleaser. Cancer, no people pleaser. To people please, you will end up being numb and being looked at like a fool. Should always be emotional and stand by their emotions, because you are water. So as a Cancer, nobody should ever tell you you're being too emotional, even if you're a man. In fact, Cancer men, that I told you, Cancer men are like bamboo men, very intuitive. So as a Cancer, cry, be angry, yell, do whatever you need to do to get that emotion out. Because you getting that emotion out is going to help the people who fetched it to change and grow. Who is Banabo? Okay, I'm so sorry for asking who is Banabo. But Nigerian men, I just don't know how to differentiate them. I don't know techno, who is Banabo. The only person I know is the one that sang Ozebo, 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 Ozebo. That's the only one I know. Actually, this is Rem. But Banabo, I keep on confusing them so much. I don't know who is Banabo, who is techno. I don't know who is. I know Flavor. The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the world. Did you Banabo is really? Forgive me, I know that is very terrible, but I'm not male-centered as much. I don't know so many men. Yeah, I know Banabo is a singer, but I don't know which one. I don't know. When you mentioned Banabo, the face of techno is coming to mind, and then the face of some guy also is coming to mind that I don't know his name. He used to have beards and he shaved at one point. That is also coming to mind. The one that was Didi Singh. So I don't know which one is this. But forgive me. Oh, okay, sawa. Sawa, now I'm confusing you, Magina. We get into Gemini and then Taurus and then Aries and then we're done. So Gemini is born an independent thinker, born with special thinking, communication, and decision-making skills. But then Gemini are hacker people. Gemini ni hacker. Hawa ni watu wa hacker. And this is what I'm telling you. People hate Gemini so much because a Gemini will hacker energy. A Gemini will... Oh God. Their intradimensional communication is so fast. A Gemini will destiny swap with you so fast. You will not even realize. So they are the hacker people. Remember, Gemini represents the muscular system and the hands, the arms. So now, born with special thinking, communication, and decision-making skills, when they are angelic. When they are demonic, they cannot even think for themselves. Even in small things like going to the market and deciding what to eat, they cannot. That's a demonic Gemini. A demonic Gemini cannot make decisions for themselves. They rely on other people to make decisions for them. But angelic ones, very good with decision making, very good with special thinking skills, and very good with communication. Now, should have healthy arms and muscles. A Gemini should be just masculine in a way, like have healthy muscles and healthy arms. A Gemini that has issues with their arms or their youth. Remember, arms in the womb are the fallopian tube. So a Gemini that has issues with their arms or their fallopian tube, demonic to the core. Born to help the world generate, recall, and store information. So Gemini are born to help the world generate information. They are the hacker people. Tarot readers. Geminis make the best tarot readers. Gemini make the best oracle readers. Gemini make the best channels. Gemini make, some of the best healers also, because, Gemini is where fertilization takes place. So they help the world. Somebody's asking what is hacker. Go to my page, you'll find a lot of information on hacker. Everywhere I am, hacker is there. So find it if you're watching me for the first time. Born to show the world how to embody independence. And should always be gossip active because she's air. So Gemini, literally, what I'm telling you, Gemini is all about hacker energy. They are the masters of hacker, masters of hacker, masters of hacker, masters of hacker. A Gemini can even put hacker into you as another human being. And a demonic Gemini can take away your hacker. They can grab it away from you just like they can give it to you. A Gemini can block information coming to you. If you befriend a demonic Gemini, you will never know what's going on. What is truly going on around you, you'll never know. They'll never want you to know the truth if you are with a demonic Gemini. They'll do everything to conceal the truth. But an angelic Gemini will always tell you the truth, will always channel the truth. And an angelic Gemini will always be a healing channel to everyone that they come into contact with. One thing I'll tell you from my own example, from my own observation, is that a lot of Geminis of our timeline are demonic. A lot. Almost 99%. So if you're a Gemini who is angelic, know that you are outnumbered. You are outnumbered, you're voting, and the angelic ones are like 1%. It's like 9, what South Africans give EFS. Demonic Gemini are getting the ANC votes, while angelic Gemini are like the EFS. So you as an angelic Gemini know that you have to be twice as powerful, because your counterparts are busy working for the demonic realm. And that is the reason why a lot of women have menstrual problems, because they are not getting proper hacker energy from the Geminis of their lives. So be aware of that. And then we have Taurus. Taurus is born with high self-worth and self-value. Taurus see themselves as very valuable. They are born like that. It's not like that their parents told them that, oh, by the way, my child, think of yourself as very important. No, Taurus are naturally born important. In fact, let me not say that they are born thinking they are important. Oh, somebody has subscribed. Thank you so much, Valerie Fitness. Guys, you can subscribe. I can see people can subscribe. So kindly subscribe so that we can continue, so that you can continue coming to my classes no matter what. But otherwise, Taurus are born with very high self-worth and self-value. Born naturally self-supportive and always vocal about self-principle. So Taurus are the ones that they call the children of Ham. Ham is the throat chakra. And literally that is Osiris, that is Asar energy. So as a Taurus, you should, if you are with a Taurus that is not vocal about their opinions, about what they think, that's a demonic Taurus. Taurus are very vocal about about what is right to them. Very self-supporting. And they don't give a fuck about anybody else but themselves and the things they stand up for. So if you fall under the category of the things they stand up for, they will support you. If you don't fall, they will act like you don't even exist. Now, demonic Tauruses are silent, docile, and think that they are worthless. If you're a Taurus and you think you're worthless, you're demonic. If you're a Taurus and you think, and you're always just silent, you don't speak up for yourself, you allow that potato to accumulate on your throat. You know, whenever you allow that potato, and I know you know what I'm talking about, there's a potato that is usually stuck on your throat when you don't stand up for yourself. And Taurus, they don't know that. Angelic Taurus, they don't know about that. They're always vocalizing. Even if you step on their toe, they will speak it up. Now, they're demonic Taurus, even if you step on their toe, they'll just keep quiet and then go there and keep on punishing themselves for the sin of others. Now, Taurus should have healthy voice, healthy neck, and healthy bones. A Taurus with problems with the voice, a Taurus who has problems with their neck, and a Taurus who has problems with their bones, demonic. Tauruses are born to teach the world how to embody the 7-day planets and show up for self daily. So one thing I would want you to know about Taurus and Capricorn is that, because Taurus is also earth, Capricorn is earth, and then Virgo is earth. One thing you'll notice is that these people already have equipment to succeed on earth. Mm-hmm. They're born equipped to succeed on earth. Capricorn is born equipped to succeed on earth by self-using. Virgo is born to succeed on earth by self-preserving and self-protecting. Taurus is born to succeed on earth by showing up for themselves every 7 days. And what does showing up for yourself every 7 days look like? In the lowest octave, it looks like inside your mind, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's just you that is special there. That is how you know you are supporting yourself even before you don't have a job. Maybe you don't have a job. Maybe you are just a child in the university. Maybe you're not yet 24 years of age. Maybe you don't need a job. But how do you know that you are supporting yourself? Inside your brain, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you are the main character. Observe yourself. If inside your brain, somebody else is the main character, you are worshiping somebody else, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, demonic Taurus energy. You should always be the main character. You should always thinking of ways to make you better, who to partner with, which people deserve to be in your presence, which people do you deserve to collaborate with, which people do you like. It is you, which clothes do you want, how do you want your house to look, is you, where do you want to go, which country do you want to travel to, what do you want to achieve, it's you. That's how you know you are self-supporting. That's how you support yourself in the spirit realm. Because as long as you are the one who is occupying your brain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, then you will show up. When you're going to the market, you will buy the favorite things for you. When you're thinking about what you want to become, you will think about the favorite things for you. But if somebody else is the main character, if somebody else is the main character in your brain, every time you're thinking of going to the market, you're thinking, hey, what should I get there? Every time you're thinking about what to become, you're thinking, oh, what would they like? What house? Demonic! If you are like that, and I don't care who that person is, I don't care whether that person is your mother, your husband, your what, you should always be loyal to yourself. When it comes to you supporting yourself, you should always value and self-prioritize. Your mother also has her own 12 houses. She can use it to self-value and self-prioritize. Your husband also has his own 12 houses. They can use it to, okay, men is different. Men are always supposed to value and prioritize the women they are with. So as a woman, you prioritizing a man, demonic even now that is, if demonic is here, as a woman, you prioritizing a man and having a man as the main character in your head, now your demonic level is here. If demonic is, your demonic level is here. Because as a woman who is in a relationship with a man, all you need to be doing is self. What do I want? Where do I want to go? What type of children do I want to have? What are their names? How do I want them to look? Which house do I want? You should always be thinking about you, and then now the man, as you're thinking about you, the man is getting telepathic communication that, oh, my wife wants this house. I need to work hard. Oh, my wife is having 2 kids. I need to go for that promotion. Oh, my wife is doing... So the man should always center the woman, while the woman should always center herself. As a woman, if you don't center yourself, the men who are with you are pretending. They don't like you. Maybe you are the one who's funding them. It is impossible for a man to love a woman who doesn't prioritize herself. So if a man is pretending they love you and you are not prioritizing yourself, they are using you. And not you, that using that Kenyans have made famous. Using you in such a way that they have another girlfriend and you are paying the rent to their house. You are raising an entire family because you are the man now of your man. To man another woman. No matter what women go through outside here, you will be shocked. You will laugh your way out. Anyway, Tauruses are born to live as an example in abundance for the world to emulate the results of self-support. So as a Taurus, you are the one who is supposed to be showing people the mood board of what wealth is, what luxury is. The same way Scorpios are the ones who are supposed to be determining the beauty standards. Tauruses are the ones who should be telling us what luxury looks like. Tauruses are here to show you that if you support yourself 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, this is the life you will live. So if you are a Taurus and you are not already showing us that, you are failing in your own. If you are a Taurus and your life is not a luxury aesthetic, you are failing on your own. Because you came here to show us what luxury aesthetic looks like. Now, Tauruses are born to live as an example in abundance for the world to emulate the results of self-support. And then Taurus should always be realistic because she's showing up 7 days a week. You have to be very realistic. You cannot wishful thinking into showing up 7 days a week. You cannot show up 7 days a week in your dream. You cannot. You have to, it's reality, my dear. You have to wake up every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, do something, every Thursday, do something. Friday, do something. Saturday, do something. Sunday, do something. Monday, do something. Tuesday, every realistic reality. You cannot pray the Taurus energy into your life. You can never pray the Taurus energy into your life. Some people pray to be wealthy. It is impossible. Taurus energy is the wealth. The only way you reach to Taurus energy is 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, self-prioritization. I'm not even telling you to look for a job. Just you starting it in the spirit realm like that, self-prioritization, the job will come. Everything will follow after. But without self-prioritization, everything runs away. No self-prioritization, no wealth. And then finally we have Aries, which is asset, born truthful. If you know you are an Aries, know that you are born truthful. You are born truthful to yourself. Now,
we're leaving?
Aries are born having truthful relationship with self.
To go where?
Like when an Aries is alone by themselves, they are very true to themselves. An Aries is the one that will be alone.
Okay.
Now let me tell you an example.
I'm coming.
An Aries, I'll just use the example that I used earlier. For example,
when are you guys going?
A man
when are you leaving?
You got you pregnant. They told you they were a millionaire and they are not.
Okay.
So you are finding out after you are pregnant that they are a millionaire. Now an Aries, when they are alone, they'll just be like, okay, I fucked up. Now what should I do? should probably abort this because I'm not ready to carry this. The contracts have changed. New information has been provided, and then they'll go and they'll abort. They'll be very truthful to themselves and they'll get rid of that. Now, somebody who doesn't have that Aries energy, after they've realized, after they've been conned like that, now they start channeling, shifting goalposts. When they meet their sister, they yell at them. They don't even want to look at the issue. They don't even want to address that, oh, by this guy lied to me, now I am pregnant, what do I do? No, they avoid it while the pregnancy is swelling. They're avoiding addressing that. Now they are shifting the goalpost. And one thing, South Africans are very good at shifting the goalpost. Now then they'll be like, oh, my sister did not hang my clothes. My sister did not hang my clothes for me. She said, Yani, you just now mad at everything else instead of addressing that issue that you have, so that you can address it, be truthful, and find a solution and move on. They will never address that. Now that is the negative Aries energy, lack of authenticity. They look the other direction, while the truth is the other direction. Now, Aries should have healthy head and healthy nervous system. If you're an Aries with constant headaches, demonic. Your head should always be very healthy, and your nervous system should be very healthy. If you're an Aries who you don't know how to behave around people, an Aries should always know how to behave around people. Like your nervous system knows what to do every time. Now, somebody who has negative Aries energy are the people who you see people who let intrusive thoughts win. Like when they're around people, they cannot even look at they're trembling. They cannot even be the nervous system is wobbling. When they're around people, the nervous system is just wobbling. It doesn't know. They don't know whether, oh, should I sit down? Should I stand up? Should I say hi to them? Should I start a conversation? And then you awkward now. That awkwardness. Anytime you experience awkwardness, know that authenticity is not in the room. Because authenticity is telepathic. Every time you're telepathic, every time you're authentic, there's a telepathic communication waiting to marry you like butter trade. Every time you are authentic, there is telepathic communication waiting to marry you like butter trade. Because authenticity is telepathic. Every time you are fake, you are not authentic. Every time you are inauthentic, every time you are inauthentic, there is no communication, there is no reaction that is waiting to marry you. So it's just awkward. When you are authentic, a reaction is waiting to marry you. For example, you come here on my live, let me just use a small example, and you are authentic. For example, Ayesha has posted that, the Heru distributing energy. So, they'll post it and then I'll have something to say about it, just like I've had something to say about it right now. That is authentic. But then now in authenticity, I'm busy speaking here and then you're busy talking about your own things there. So we are not marrying. It's not marrying. So now there's awkwardness. Whenever there's awkwardness, know that authenticity is not in the room. And and people who are inauthentic are always awkward. They don't know what to do when they're around people. Awkward. They don't, when they meet you, they don't even know whether they should greet you or so they end up, oh, should I greet them or should I hug them? And then now it ends up showing like, oh, we are going to greet and then now we are hugging. Confusion! Anytime there is such kind of confusion happening, no, authenticity is not in the room. Authenticity flows, seamless. You come, you shake hands. Or you hug. When you come now, you don't know whether should we shake hands or should we hug. It now becomes awkward now. Because now there's no authenticity in the room. So always know, these are just small examples that I'm giving, but they go a very long way. When you are not authentic, there's nothing to marry you. Nothing can listen to you. When you're not authentic, it's like you're shouting in a desert. Nobody is in sight to listen. But when you're authentic, it is telepathic communication. It's like the ibis. When you're authentic, it's like the ibis making noise at the exact right time when I need to hear it so that I shift my movement. you're getting what I'm talking about. So Aries, they are born with that truth, with that authenticity. So an Aries is the person who should always be calm. They always know what to do. They always know what to say, when, how, to who, because they are listening to the intrinsic guidance of their body. A demonic one is moving like a confused element through earth. So if you meet an Aries that is moving through earth like a confused element, that's a demonic spirit. Now, Aries are born to teach the world how to plant new traits about self by listening to body and doing as she says always. So Aries, they are there to help you, you know, to help new branches of you, to help new versions of you to sprout out. Because you're listening to the natural command of your body. When you're listening to the natural command of your body, even when you are a desert guy, you've never manifested anything in your life. And then right now, you start listening to the natural command of your body. It will be like greenery springing out of desert. Greens springing out of desert. And for that green to spring out of desert, that is what Aries is there. Aries is there to help you be true to yourself, so that new versions of you can sprout out. Because if you're not true to yourself, you're not growing. If you're not true to yourself, you're not growing, guys. But the moment you're true to yourself, you're growing. You don't even have to keep track, the way white people like to keep track of everything. Oh, 2 minutes, oh, 2 calories, oh, whatever. As long as you're authentic, you don't need to keep track of anything. Not the weight, not what. You will grow to the direction that you are supposed to. As long as you're true to yourself, you don't even need to go to bed. You don't even need to put an alarm. As long as you're true to yourself, your body will naturally get you where you're going. All these other side shows of, you know, alarm, counting calories, checking weight all the time, all those are traits of demonic people. They're the ones who need to keep in touch like that because they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So they're forcing their body into conforming. But then you, who doesn't have to force your body into conforming, just know that as long as you're truthful to yourself, you can relax. Everything will fall into place. Now, and that's what Aries are born to do, to help you be truthful to yourself so that everything can fall into place. Born to live in the magic, in the supernatural, and in the impossible. So one thing about, there is something in ancient Africa that was called barter trade. In ancient Africa, we had barter trade, guys. And barter trade was based on authenticity. It was authenticity that was running barter trade. And that is the reason why Aries are the ones who have the highest probability of living like it's barter trade, like the supernatural life, where people are like, hey, how did that happen? I had a goat and I wanted bananas. How did I meet somebody who had bananas and wanted a goat? I have a goat, I want a banana. What are the chances of me meeting somebody who has a goat and wants a banana? As in, who has banana and wants a goat? I have a goat, I want to exchange it for banana. What are the chances that I'll meet somebody who has bananas that wants a goat? I might meet somebody who has banana, I want rice. Has banana, I want spaghetti. Has banana, I want cow. But me, I have goat, I want banana. So I have to meet somebody who has banana and wants goat. That was barter trade, and it was functioning very well. Why? Because of authenticity. As long as it's just authentic that by there I want goat and I have banana. And I'm going to go to the market and I'm going to meet somebody who has banana and wants goat. And it happened. So that's the magic that Aries people live in. As an Aries, they live in magic, like literally things that people think is impossible to occur will happen to an Aries life. Because they are like that, they are telepathically connected. So she'll always be interactive because she's fire. So as an Aries, should always also just be movement oriented, interaction oriented, please. Authenticity is interactive. Just be authentic. If your authenticity tells you comment like this on their page, do. If your authenticity tells you, visit them, do. Because authenticity is telepathic. It is that authenticity that will have you be at the right place at the right time to receive the right thing. So you follow it. Lastly, as a summary, we have the water signs, which is A. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They create from infinity. And they prioritize solace. So as a Cancer, as a Scorpio, and as a Pisces, you are infinite beings. Create from water, from emotion. And you should always prioritize solace. As a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius, you create from gossip research. You create from journalism. So prioritize journalism. As earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, you create from being real and use of common sense. So prioritize grounding and presence. Staying present and grounding. Because as an earth sign, you create from being real and using your common sense. Just that. And you prioritize grounding and presence. And then finally the fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You create from alchemy and transmuting. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you create from alchemy and transmutation, and you should prioritize interacting and connecting. So still in other language, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius means authenticity, self-love, and self-adventure. You achieve it by interacting and connecting. Alchemy and transformation. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. That is like your self-support, your self-analysis, and your self-use. Your self-support, you create from you being real and use of your common sense. Your self-analysis, create from you being real and using your common sense. Your self-use, create from you being real and using your common sense. And when it comes to your self-use, your self-support, and your self-analysis, you should always prioritize grounding and being present. Being present and grounding. If you miss those, you miss the entire thing. Gemini, thinking for yourself. Libra, balancing yourself. And Aquarius, knowing yourself. Don't come from gossip and research, please. Your ability to think for yourself, your ability to balance yourself, and your ability to know yourself, you'll get it from gossip. Gossip with your father, with your mother, about, ask your parents. What thoughts were you guys, what conversations were you guys having when you were packing to make meat? That information is very crucial. Some people don't even have such kind of information with their parents. Ask your grandfather. Some of you don't even know that your father is not your father. Gossip. If you want to know yourself, you must gossip. If you want to balance yourself, you must gossip and journalist. If you want to think for yourself, you must gossip and journalism. And then finally, the water signs, which is, your ability to feel, your ability to be attractive, to feel attractive, to desire, and your ability to believe in yourself come from infinity. It's infinite. It comes from the dark. It comes from you seeing in the dark. You feeling yourself is you seeing in the dark. You desiring is you seeing in the dark. You believing in yourself is you seeing in the dark. So you must, in order to work with these energies properly, you must prioritize being alone. You must prioritize solitude. And guys, kindly can I get at least a few, even just one subscriber from today's class? I've seen some people have been able to subscribe today. I was seeing, I don't know whether I was seeing my own things, but guys, if you are able to subscribe, if you think that this class was useful, kindly subscribe. This is the end of this class, and I hope that I'll see you again on Wednesday, which I'm coming with now, Destiny Swap. How people can get you out of your essence. That is the class that we're going to be doing tomorrow. The timetable is on my stories. If you want to come for all the lives that we're going to be having, go to my story. You're going to see the timetable there. And then keep on coming. Otherwise, before I go, guys, kindly, and also the people who are watching, kindly follow the host. Today is the first day of this crusade. The crusade is going to continue until the end of the month, which is until September. I'm going to be coming here and teaching just like this, coming here and teaching just like this, coming here and teaching just like this. Tell your friends, we're going to be doing it for free, publicly like this. You know, most of the time I'm always doing classes with my students. But today I've come here publicly for free. And the people who are not able to pay for subscription, tell them to come so that they can get these particular classes and see if they can benefit from it. Otherwise, subscriber and last rewards. Tell me last rewards and subscriber as I wait for one person to subscribe. If one person subscribes, I'm going. Guys, pay attention. You know, subscription is paying it's just you paying attention. Paying for attention. Pay attention. No YouTube yet, guys. No YouTube yet. Just give me time to move slowly. Somebody's asking, how can I subscribe? Please! I have even forgotten how to tell people to subscribe. I think I'm going to learn it. And then in the next live, I'll be telling people how to subscribe best. I've forgotten. I don't know whether there was a star somewhere down here. There's a star somewhere. Because I can't see it from my side. But there must be a star somewhere down here where you press. Guys, help me. How do people subscribe? It's been long since I asked people to subscribe. Oh, the star is up. Where? Is it here or here? Because I can't see anything. Is the star here? Or here? Naima, please come to the next class. You will be able to subscribe. I don't know why it is not easy to subscribe today. So you guys are just telling me different things. Mara, the star is down here. Mara, the star is you. Mara is down here. Mara is. But because I'm seeing a couple of people are trying to. TikTok changed its settings, so that is on me. I'm going to research and find out how people can subscribe so that next time it's easy for me to direct you guys. Go to her bio and so. Yeah, you can also go to my bio, even though that is cumbersome. But you can go to my bio. The subscription link is on my bio. Though when it is usually here, it's very easy. And even that thing that you guys always send me here to join my team. See, I think that is also a subscription thing. This time, is it here, Mukami? Wacha tusisumbuane nayo, guys. We have another class. We're going to be having 15 classes. Oh, by the time I'm done with those 15 classes, if you have not benefited, not my fault. It's the fault of your ancestors and Heka energy for you. Otherwise, it's okay. If it is difficult to subscribe today, wachana nayo. Tutafanya siku nyingine. Kuna kuforce hapa. Kuna kuforce. So, the people who are here for the first time, I hope I'll see you next time. Anita, just wait. Come to more classes. Anita, come to more classes. Anita Chum Chum. Anita Chum Chum, come to more classes. You'll find out what Heka is if you don't already know. Just come to all the Heka class. Anita, go to my stories right now. There's a post on my story. And then look at the date that is saying women, is it? The nature, the natural woman power or something like that. The date where I'm teaching the power of women, the natural woman power. That is the date that I'll be teaching about Heka energy. So mark that date. And also guys, just if you are here for the first time, go to my story. Look at the dates. Find your favorite topics. Mark the dates, put it on alarm or something, and then come to class for that. Yes, my days, it is monthly. Oh, thank you so much, Nani Wangui, for answering me. That is you paying attention. Just try paying attention and you will see. And subscribers also can tell you. My subscribers down here. Do you think the subscription is worthy or not? Let them tell you. My subscribers, they have a name asset. Just inbox them. Maybe they can lie.
Coming.
To people please me. Maybe you might think they're lying if they say it here. Just inbox one of my subscribers here and have a conversation and ask them, baby, is this shit worth the shit? And then they'll tell you the truth. Let them use their Virgo energy. My subscribers also use your Virgo energy to just tell them the truth. I don't want to ask you here because, you know, biases. Now, so if you can subscribe also, why am I asking for people to subscribe and not giving this information for free? Africa, we cannot afford to give information for free anymore. I don't come from a wealthy lineage. And this work that I do requires me to dedicate almost half of my life to it. And my ancestors did not leave me any money. All the money they could have left me, the Vatican took away. So now I have to survive, you know. If I was born in the 13th century or somewhere, you know, in the coming centuries where my ancestors have accumulated enough, then this information I can give it for free. Just for free, but I cannot give it for free because Africa, and you know what happened here. So we don't have the luxury of gifting for free anymore as Africa. And Africans out there who are telling you that they can give information for free, go to them and get information for free. I'm telling you, if I was to give you the guys this information for free, my ancestors would have already locked doors a long time ago. Because I come from Luo ancestors, and one thing they hate is self-misuse. Luo ancestors hate self-misuse more than anything. So if I was to give information, this information for free, and I'm not getting anything, and I'm living a poverty lifestyle, then my ancestors will say, bitch, we are not giving you any more information. So to avoid that, I have to do the private classes, and they will never stop. The private classes will continue forever. But we will balance private classes, public classes. Private classes, public classes. And this particular public classes,
She after they look at the post, she posted a bunch of dates
the people who are
for September only.
May my live stream, even if 2 people, may my live stream always only go to people who are ready to receive and desperate to receive, and especially the ones who are desperate to receive but cannot afford. May I be put in there for you during this particular September. And that brings us to the end of this particular class, guys. I want to thank you and thank everybody who showed up today for me. This is just the first day. This particular lamp until the end.
Clean your house.
Otherwise, we're going to be singing the anthem,
It's gonna be good.
and that's it. Remember when we're doing public live, the anthem is on.
Crash into a puddle. Crash into a puddle.
Dad won't let that happen.
Yes, yes, yes. So we do that, the anthem, and then we
Come
go.
from here.
Probably on the couch. Oh, no,
Tunaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano iwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Where'd you go back?
That's a pea.
Iwa ndani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitoe kwa hali na mali, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. I guess before I go, there's this song I love so much that I want to sing for you. I want to not sing for you, but to play. Yeah. So just please, it's my favorite song currently, and I just want to listen to it before I go.
I'll get it.